they limited the classroom size. I had 5 reading groups, if that tells you anything,
Wow.
second graders. And back then, you taught them everything. If they got it, you had to give it to them. There was a group of guys in my church that said that, hey, we're going to pay you. We want you to do a cooking school thing or a little cooking demonstration or whatever for our wives. I said, look, y'all, I really don't have time. And I didn't. I did not have time. But one day I was in my kitchen and I was cooking for my family for Sunday lunch. I call it dinner and supper, but, you know, I'll say lunch for you folks out there that do that. So I thought, you know, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold my phone up and I'm going to make biscuits. And they're not going to see me, but they're going to watch my hand and I'm going to show them out. And I did. And I put it on my little personal video page, my own little page. I had about 500 people on it, mostly church folks. And that thing went viral in 2 weeks. It was hit 1 million views. So now my show on Cooking with Brenda Gann on Facebook is right at 3 million. It's just a little bit shy of 3 million people. And so that's how it started. And it's just important for me for people to be able to cook from scratch.
To find out more about Cooking with Brenda Gann, follow Cooking with Brenda Gann on Facebook. Gann is spelled G-A-N-T-T. Be sure to follow The Mark White Show on Facebook and Instagram and subscribe to The Mark White Show podcast wherever you get your podcasts. This is Mark White encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
I'm gonna be the one to get in trouble, getting drunk again.
Two officers were standing in front of the bar shortly before 11 p.m. when they saw the chair hit the sidewalk near them. Witnesses told officers they saw Wallen toss the chair.
Good morning. How you doing this morning?
The singer was arrested on reckless endangerment.
Let me hit the live chat so the live chats can come up correctly for you.
Former Marvel star Jonathan Majors is avoiding jail time after being convicted of attacking his former girlfriend late last year.
What is up? It's afternoon in the UK. Woohoo! Good afternoon, then, my friends. I love everyone. I respect everyone, my friends, so I have no hate for anyone. It's period number 1 of 3 periods of nonstop play. Now we're going to get underway. Oh, conspiracy nuts and clickbaiters out there got you all over the internet believing in imaginary conspiracy theories, and another one's been debunked. Aha. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host with the most, Ryan O'Neal, and of course, tell them. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud across that RyanORadio media page. Earth, Rock Radio, New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada, and finally, across the Jordan Communication of family radio stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, in Atlanta. That's right, the Atlanta area, 99.1 FM, WQEE the Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and headline news. Real news you can use. We're the talk of Atlanta because we're the only station that's got live people all day and no AI here and no uneducated views. It's what's up going on. What's going on with you? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. And to my haters, well, I got one thing to say to you. Get up close to the radio dial, my haters. Damn straight, I'm the man around here. What's up? Yes, sir, I am on the radio, Daniel. How you doing? Good morning. Can I say hello to you? Can I stay if I'm a, you can stay Alex anytime you want to, my friend. It doesn't matter whether you're a 10 or not. Everybody's invited to be here. Our friends from Russia, UK, everywhere is on the air with us on the YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and share if you don't mind. It's a TGI Tuesday, Twisted Tuesday. We're going to get twisted with you. In the final period, we're going to talk movies with Shane B. Shane and I are going to jump right into movie reviews. We'll talk about Kong and Godzilla Kong taking the number one spot again. Did he get a chance to see it? We'll talk about that. Plus, we get prepared for Civil War on Friday. It's a movie, actually, is what it is. You know, I know there's a prequel in some conspiracy clickbait people's minds, but no, that's not going to happen here. Sorry about that. Also, this morning we'll have in period number 2, the second half of period number 2, our sports analyst from the Sports Beat, Richard Holders, joins us. He's going to talk about the UConn big game, UFL football action, and River Dragons hockey. Plus, Peach State Cats want to join us as well. We'll talk more about that. So let's jump into those and headline news throughout the morning. We'll have a little news on what's going on with Israel at war. We'll keep you abreast. We're just going to give you the news on that. But I really want to talk about a few things this morning. I want to talk about the clickbait, the shock therapy news story of the day, because it is the RyanORadio Penitentiary. You get it, shock therapy, RyanORadio. Got to shock it out of you. Shock therapy is clickbaiters, those fake conspiracy theorists, because, you know, I don't like to call all the conspiracy theorists out, but those fake conspiracy theorists and that live on the edge or fringe of society that keep lying to you and continuing to grow their pages or whatever and complain that they can't be in real radio and everything like I am because they're sitting around lying. Well, they've proven wrong once again yesterday. Shock you. Yes. Yeah, that's shock therapy. And we'll talk about how they were proven wrong once again and how they're going to lie to get out of it and how they are using things that they shouldn't be using. We'll talk about a Georgia woman who fell for this. No, sir, I didn't say breast, but you can say breast on the radio. You just can't say other words. You can't drop F-bombs and S-bombs. But I did that for you because you asked that question. I said it for you. Daniel's thinking about breast this early in the morning or wherever he's at. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Hey, that's all right. If you're down with that, I'm down with it too, bro. I'm married, so my wife, you know, but young man, you're being brought up properly. Freak, yeah, you're allowed to say freak. Anyway, let's jump back into it. Also this morning, a Georgia woman went down to on a Florida interstate and told people that she was staying in a hotel. I'm going to go shoot everybody up because of the solar eclipse, because God told me during the solar eclipse to do so. We'll talk about that. Morgan Wallen, the country singer, in trouble again. I don't listen to country, so it's typical country music actions, getting drunk and throwing chairs. I tell you what, that's right, boy. I'll say racist words. My name's Morgan Wallen, and you still gonna like me. You know why? Because you're ignorant. We'll talk about Morgan Wallen, who needs to get some. He actually needs to go to an AA meeting, and that's not a joke. Also, we'll tell you about a Chambers County, Alabama man this morning that got in trouble for drugs. Do you like ducks? Exotic ducks. There you go, exotic ducks. Yeah, we do. We like ducks. It's cool. Got a lot of cool people on this morning. Awesome people. I think we should see other people. It's not you, it's me, says. That's all right. But continue to stay on and support the show if you don't mind. It's all right. I won't cry too much. We'll talk about a few things going on and how the rich really get rich. If you're in other countries, we'll tell you how some of these rich people, you go, how come these rich people are rich out there in them little small towns? Well, I'm going to tell you. All that's coming up in this hour, so we got to get it prepared for you. Got a flight tomorrow. You're supposed to be sleeping, but you're watching this. Well, I appreciate you. I wish you You need to go get some sleep, my friend, because if you got a big flight tomorrow and business to take care of and everything, you're going to have to do that, my friend. F all them brain watching movies. Yeah, you're right about that. Is it brain watching or brain washing? You got that right. If you're saying brain washing, I agree with you too. You're right about that. You're right about that. See, normal people are right about things. It's those conspiracy nuts to get on here and tell us all kind of things that we're going to talk about. All right, 20 minutes past the hour. Current conditions in the area. We're holding it. Wow. In the Atlanta area, 59 degrees under rainy skies. Are you excited about the Civil War? About the movie Civil War? We're preparing for that on Friday, April 12th. So many people are going to watch and go, not so many people, just a few small, uneducated people. But I got my participation certificate called the GED, dirt. I'm going to go to war. War is upon us. 30% say. It's all predictive programming. You're right. They don't do anything at all anymore normal. They don't come up with anything. They don't think outside the box. I bet you probably have an idea for a lot of great programs, but they won't talk to you because you're too smart, my friend. They don't want you to go, hey, I got an original idea. I don't want to listen to your original idea. All right. Are you guys excited about the movie Civil War? 30% of you, yes. 30% of you, no. 40% say, I don't know. I like that. I agree with the don't knows. I want to actually watch it because it's just a movie to me. So we're going to talk more about that. All right, I guess we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll go ahead and jump into our headline news this morning. Couple of headline news stories. All right, clickbait news for the clickbaiters out there, for the fake conspiracy theorists, for the fake conspiracy theorists on the edge and fringe of society to continue to lie to all of us. They got a lot of people listening. Yeah, they'll still have a lot of people going, I predicted that you guys were going to be taken yesterday, but that's all right. I'm going to jump off that subject and not even mention it ever again and say that they launched rocket ships up there, and that's what I'm going to focus on. That's what these fake conspiracy theorists are going to be doing. These clickbaiters are going to be doing today. A Georgia woman blames God in the solar eclipse for a Florida interstate shooting that she calls. The shooting injured about 2 people. Taylor Celestine, 22, was arrested and charged with murder, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, and improper discharge of a firearm. There's a proper way of discharging firearms. You know that, right? So anyway, Celestine allegedly told staff at a hotel she was staying at, and when she checked out, she says, I'm going to go on a shooter spree. God told me to because of the solar eclipse is causing it. I saw the eclipse. It wasn't a big deal. And it didn't even get dark in my area. So it just kind of, it's darker now than it was. It's darker now than it was yesterday. In the world, America, we always think that it's us that's important, right? God bless. I love America. I love living in America, but Jesus Christ, we're not more important than the rest of you guys. I don't think so. I think we're all equal. But I think if there's going to be a solar eclipse to hit anything and something's going to happen, it's going to happen in Israel and Palestine. Those people are more important than the rest of us. I know that's going to piss people off, but I don't care. Anyway, let's get back to it. She says she was directed by God and the solar eclipse to do so. Solar eclipse can't talk to you. How can the solar eclipse talk to you? That sounds like a good movie that we could come up with, the talking solar eclipse. Let's do that. That's an original idea. You start writing it, my friend. Since you start writing it, but they're not going to let us do it anyway. Well, she was found with an AR-15 and 9mm handgun in her possession. She's in the Holmes County Jail. I cannot believe this woman actually is blaming God and the solar eclipse for her actions. Probably something she saw on the internet, saw some clickbait, dark web website crap that making up things. And, just like the Civil War crap is trying to divide a small portion of our society. Now, myself and Shane B., who's the movie reviewer coming on later on this morning, we just want to see the movie. We don't believe that anything's going to happen. We don't think it's a prequel. But I'm just telling you right now, all those clickbait people that was telling you that, and I despise them using the Bible for this, all of them that was telling you that yesterday, you better watch out, something's going to happen, that when the eclipse happens, people are going to be taken. And there was people that actually believed this. And they were non-believers. Let's just say that. Believers, true believers and followers don't think that. They were all out smiling, having a good time yesterday. Real believers were. I know I ran into a lot of them. They're like, oh, look, it's the solar eclipse. It's cool. I got my glasses. Okay. All right, let's do something else. That's all they did. They weren't going, oh, it's the end of times. Telling you, I ran into a lot of them. They were not doing the end of times thing. The people doing the end of times thing are your conspiracy clickbait nuts who keep on lying. And the shock therapy of the morning is they're going to keep lying. They're going to keep making things up. And they're going to they don't know what they're talking about. And every time, tell me when I'm telling lies, they're going to be proven wrong. No theory, conspiracy theory these people ever come up with has come true. And that's why I call them the fake conspiracy theorists. Because the ones that used to be conspiracy theorists, they were safe. There was no violence out of them. You or me or other people may or may not believe somebody who's like, hey, I went and saw Bigfoot. But those people who hunt Bigfoot are not dangerous people. They're not out here trying to destroy our society. They're not saying, look up at the skies, the end of the world's coming. Okay, they just said they saw a big creature that nobody's ever seen before. Okay, some people have seen, some people haven't, and believe. They've never done anything dangerous. Okay. That's why we split the conspiracy theorists from the fake conspiracy theorists. Oh my Lord. So don't listen to anybody gives a, if they come back trying to explain, well, there was things that did happen, but they don't want you to know. They're going to say that. This is how these conspiracy nuts are going to go, or these clickbait people are going to go. Well, and then they're going to try to use the Bible. And I pulled up scripture yesterday that showed you that the eclipse had nothing to do with the end times. I proved them wrong with that. And now they're still going to get out here and keep on, because they're going to have, it's like one of my listeners here say brainwash movies. They're brainwashing people. That's right. No. Don't tell my listeners that. They're the ones that tell you that these people are brainwashed. Can't help it that my listeners are smart enough to know that. All right, 28 minutes past the hour. We're going to talk about the Crumley family here in just a few moments. Yeah, Jennifer, who didn't have time for her son and had to run around with her boyfriend, sentenced and found guilty in February. Her husband, who bought the gun for their son Ethan, he was sentenced in March. Now, coming up this month, today, they're both going to get how long? They're going to be sitting behind bars. That's right. Let's talk about it. The parents of Crumley are going to be partially convicted or partially blamed. And the first conviction in a child's gun violence to be sentenced, both Jennifer and James were found guilty in their cases. Manslaughter, separated trials, of course, manslaughter cases, involuntary manslaughter, by the way. Both are going to get up to 10 to 15 years possibility for 17-year-old Ethan Crumley, who pleaded guilty back last year for the 2022 shooting at an Oxford high school that killed 4 innocent people. That's right. What's up, Jake? How you doing? Jake Snow! Jake Stone, I'm sorry. Is it Stone? Yeah, Jake Stone. There's another cool name. That is another cool person right there. Jake Stone. That sounds like a wrestler's name. Sounds like a football player's name, a soccer player name. I'm trying to come up with something that's, sounds like a leader's name is what it is. A leader's name. That's what it is. Anyway, the Crumleys didn't have time when they were called that day of the shooting by the council. Like, hey, we think there's something wrong with Ethan. He's drawing. He's not adding 2 + 2 on his police. What's up, BK, in the morning? What's up? Good morning. Did you enjoy the? Did you guys enjoy the Eclipse yesterday? I got to see it. We had some. I was out and about with amongst customers, and I didn't even have to pay for those glasses. People just come up, "Hey, Ryan, check this out." It was pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, the day they were like, "Hey, there's something wrong with your kid. He's not adding 2 + 2 = 4. He's drawing death and destruction to people at the school and wanting to shoot them up." And they're like, "No, it's no problem." Jennifer's like, "Look, I got to get back. I got to get back to my job. My boyfriend's waiting for me. Got to get back." And James was like, "I don't care, man. Wife's cheating on me. I don't care. I got bought my son a gun." So now both of them are going to go behind bars for it. So there you go. I was glad to bring this story to you. We're going to take a break at 30 minutes past the hour. You guys, we are holding that. Can you believe it? 59 degrees under rainy skies in the metro Atlanta areas. At least we got to see the solar eclipse yesterday, or lack thereof. It's darker out today than it was yesterday when we were supposed to have that. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. But when I put them on, I was like, yeah. I wonder if you can take those glasses today and look at the sun, or any day the sun's looking out, and see if you can actually see. Let me start a conspiracy theory. Seems like that's the conspiracy theory nuts lie. Get everybody false. Hey, I'm gonna look in those glasses when it's another sunny day, and there'll be an eclipse because they were built into the glasses. Everybody's been throwing their glasses away, so they're not going to be able to do that. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, more news headlines, and we're going to talk about Morgan Wallen getting drunk, Bob. That's right, boy, you're getting drunk. Got drunk. That dude needs AA. I'm just going to tell you that. Back in a moment.
Time to take a look at your active weather forecast on this 234 Jefferson Street in Newton. Cloudy with a few showers by the afternoon, high near 71, 30% chance of rain, southeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Cloudy as rain continues into the overnight on this Tuesday evening, winds light and variable low near 60. Rain continues with a rain all day Wednesday, 70% chance of showers developing by the afternoon, potentially heavy rainfall, high near 73, southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Showers continue to the Wednesday evening, thunder showers possible, heavy at times, low near 63, winds southeast 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rainfall 90%. Heading to your Thursday, rain early and remaining cloudy throughout the day, 80% chance of showers with a high near 68, southwest winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Cleared up being cool on partly cloudy skies Thursday night, low near 49, winds northwest.
Let's see here.
That's your active weather forecast.
Oh, yeah, this is it.
Active Pest Control. Active Pest Control offers the best services and prices to protect your home. Offering both
Movies and sports, they get ready for it.
Plus, specific services like pet controls and flea control. Even if you can't see them, insects are all around you 24/7. Active Pest Control wants to be the first line of defense. Active Pest Control. Repair, bond, best termite coverage around. Active Pest Control. 34 Jefferson Street, Newton. 770-954-9941.
Moving is a big decision. Selling or buying a home in any market, but especially today's, can raise a lot of questions. Hi, I'm Amy with Killingsworth Realty. My husband Todd and I serve the Coweta and local area. Our purpose at our first meeting is to learn your goals, answer questions, and provide.
What's up, Pete? Pete's in his house. Trying to be cool, Pete. I'm sorry. Captain Hot Buns is joining us early this morning. All right. That is so awesome. Kids must got you up early. You got off of work at lunch yesterday? Yeah, I got to go out there and had customers out there with the Eclipse glasses, and I got to use them. So I didn't pay to watch the Eclipse. I just wish I could get a pair of them now, so when the sun comes back out, I can look up and see if it's there again. If it was just built in the glasses. I'm just kidding. I got to start a conspiracy theory. All the conspiracy theorists were shut down. All the fake conspiracy theorists were shut down yesterday. I say fake. Or either all of us are bad, so we wasn't taken.
Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.cowetaforce.org or follow us on Facebook.
You're walking, shopping, or on your favorite trail. You get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively. With technical drills to build their survival skills, you can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today how to
Miss Holly. English Nick, I got to check him out. That's right. I'm Saved by the Bell. So you come on back out of the penalty box, ladies and gentlemen. Pete, good morning, Pete. He says good morning to the Navajo Nation and everyone else. Captain Buzz is on with us from Arizona. The kids must got him up early. Pete said he got off early yesterday for lunch, and he said that he was listening to English Nick yesterday about the solar eclipse. He was funny, but you are much better. Thank you. I appreciate that. She'll be in Dallas, Georgia today. That's right, Miss Holly, who was on yesterday from 10:30 to 11 on the network with Empower Strike Back. That's right. Her new shows right here brought to you by Warrior Defenders, and Holly Reese is the host. She'll be back on Friday's show with us this morning. She'll be back on Friday's show with us on Friday morning. They play cool music there. Not going to say the name on the radio because they're opposite, but they do play good music. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of other stuff to get into. We thank you. Like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube page. Sweet Leaf, good morning. He says good morning from Sweet Leaf. Bob, Tim, Sue, everybody saying good morning on the Navajo Nation. Alice, Dave, Mike, and up in Canada, as well as Diana in South Wales saying good morning. Kiko in Japan. Konnichiwa to you, as well as good afternoon from Robert in Australia. Is on with us as well. So we got an Englishman and an Australian on. Uh-oh. You guys don't argue. Robert said, who's on from England? Somebody earlier is on the YouTube page. Sarah from New Zealand's on with us this morning. We like to call her Kiwi. That's her nickname. She said, yep, that's my nickname. All right. Are you excited about the Civil War, about the movie Civil War? It's coming out on Friday. We're preparing for Civil War Friday, April 12th in theaters. Yes, 40% of you are excited about that. No, 27% of you are not. Don't know, 33% of you. I'm kind of excited about it. I'm ready to watch it. I mean, I don't think it's a prequel to what anything's going to happen in real life. And there's really nothing political in it. So it's just, Sweet Leaf gang. Hope you had a great moon event yesterday. Sweet Leaf says, thank you. We sure did. A refreshed one is what Sweet Leaf says. Sue says, yes, it was a great day. Bob says, all good things are coming now. I love my Navajo Nation listeners. Tim says, agree. All good things are coming. Rodney K says, yeah, hopefully to me. JK. Yeah, hopefully to all of you, brother. Hopefully to all of us. Hopefully to all of us. So, for those who don't know, we have the Navajo Nation that listen to us on Earth Rock Radio 25 different radio stations, internet, and real radio out there. We appreciate them for being a part of the network and tuning in and providing this show on the Navajo Nation, which I'm probably saying the only show that's not on the Navajo Nation that's on the Navajo Nation. How cool is that? All right, let's take a look at a couple of news stories. We're about 20 minutes away from the top of the hour. Kind of 59 degrees, rainy skies out there. Rain's going to continue for the Atlanta, metro Atlanta area. Time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control, 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. Michael and the crew can exterminate and lay the smack down for you. All right, Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong has demanded Israel take all accountability for what the 7 humanitarian workers who were killed, and including an Australian member of that workhorse. She described it as a deadly failure, even though Israel said they didn't know, and they apologized as well. Protests will continue for hostage deal. So in the 6th-month anniversary of the October 7th mass attack from a mosque on a music festival that began all of this. Former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and more than 30 other House Democrats have sent a letter to President Biden and Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, urging them to consider their thoughts of rescinding authorizing weapons to Israel. But the Biden administration has said, no, we're going to continue supporting Israel because they are partners of ours, even though he's trying to make a deal to get a ceasefire with Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel. The letter was signed by dozens of Democratic leaders asking the administration to withhold transfer of arms to Israel in an investigation in the killing of those 7 aid workers. Look, it's like this. You get into war, you get into a war zone. When you watch this movie on Civil War and you see that they kind of talk about, I've been to war zones and everything, you're going to see that a war is not safe. Okay? It's not safe. If you're doing humanitarian work, I understand you shouldn't be shot. But not always. Some things are going to happen in war. Journalists are being killed. A lot of them have been killed over the years in these wars. Israel-Palestine wars. There's been many wars with Iran, and Iraq and everything. Look, I am saddened by anybody being killed in any kind of war. Like I said, we don't know anybody's side on either side or whatever. Same way with the Russian and Ukrainian war. Death is coming. Good night to you, my friend, and have a great flight. Good luck to you and have a great flight. Femi, I hope I said your name right. You have a great flight, my friend. Thank you for tuning in late night where you're at. Get some sleep and have a great flight in the morning, in your morning. But like I said, I try to look at this as there's something going on over there that they all know. Yes, we do need to get involved in everything. We need to figure out how to help these sides work it out, but not in a way to go, I'm going to choose death and destruction. But they are, Israel is our allies, so we are obligated to do things. So I know that it's sad, but anytime you get in these war-restricted areas, a lot of people innocent people are going to be victimized in a war between sides. It always happens. It always happens. It's a sad note to war. And that's why in the Civil War song by Guns N' Roses, we don't want your Civil War. We don't need your Civil War. Heck, it's the perfect song about some of the people coming out in 2024 thinking small-minded people with, no education coming out trying to divide all of us, getting on there and doing clickbait stuff like that. All the clickbait stuff that was done yesterday, now you know that that's false. Hopefully you stop listening to these people spread lies to you guys. Hopefully you stop. Well, I'm going to keep continuing to listen to somebody. They said it's real. Nobody was taken yesterday. And if they were, you're still here. So obviously you're not where you need to be in Christ, are you? If that happened, it didn't. I tell you, I walked up upon real Christians yesterday that were talking about, the Bible, beliefs, different things. Young people from Christian schools walking up to a business owner I was talking to yesterday, talking. Not one of those people were sitting there when the eclipse started happening. Somebody run, hey, the eclipse happened. They put on the glasses, looked up, oh, that's cool. Now one of them said, hey, man, the end of the world's coming. They said, that's cool. So for those out there that believe that everybody that was a follower of Christ believing in that, they were falsified by that on the internet. People that believe that everybody wants a civil war, they were falsified by that. I tell it like it is. That's what nobody likes it. On my way home yesterday, I saw 7 police cars at a house. Found out last night on Coweta Scanner that there was a manhunt. When I got home yesterday, I was hoping my neighbor across the way was not. There was a sheriff's deputy out there checking on him. And I'm in the downtown Newnan area, so there was 2 sheriff's deputies. I hope that he was, obviously he was all right, but there was probably a call for him. His family probably didn't talk to him for a few days. He probably just didn't want to talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I was like hoping, I hope they don't find him in there, passed away. I was like, man, that'd be terrible. Little old man across the way from where I live. So. Well, we know that if a manhunt in Noonan's going on, they'll find him. Noonan's not part of the. Noonan's not part. We're pretty safe here in Newnan, actually. Even as big as we've got, we're pretty safe. I got to say, we got a great community. We got a lot of people do bad things. Yes, we got a lot of people do bad things, but we got a pretty safe community overall. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, I want to talk about a couple of more things that's going on. Are you excited about the movie Civil War? 44% of you say yes. I'm in that. I'm kind of excited about watching it. Preparing for Civil War on Friday, April 12th. We'll talk about that in the final period with Shane B with movie reviews. 25% of you say no. So, and 31% of you say, I don't know. And I believe the 31% is the kind of people like, oh man, they're making a movie about the Civil War in America. Oh my God, I'm tired of these people saying this. That's the people that are saying don't know. And look, I'm on their side about that. I really am. I'm just excited to see the movie, but I'm on the side of those people going, oh my God, I know they didn't say that. I know they're not trying to say that. Hey, we got warrior defenders teaching women how to kick butt. You got that right. I'll tell you one thing, to all the crooks out there and want to be robbers and everything, you don't want to mess with our women in Newnan. They got 2 things. They can kick your butt because warrior defenders, and they're from the South, so they're probably carrying a gun. Back in a moment.
This day in labor history, the year was 1941. That was the day the battle at Bethlehem began. 14,000 workers at Bethlehem Steel's Lackawanna Mill in Buffalo, New York, walked out on strike. The steel workers.
They probably found that person too, Pete.
Little steel was a general term that referred to the smaller mills like Republic, Inland, Bethlehem, and Youngstown Sheep too. At Bethlehem, Spock was still waiting for a decision from the U.S. Court of Appeals about the company union Bethlehem refused to give up in defiance of the Wagner Act. As a defense industry, Bethlehem had $1.5 billion worth of armament orders to fill, and yet they wouldn't even pay the legal wage mandated for contracts. Retired steelworker Mitchell Schaefer recalled in a 1991 interview, I went to work there in the late 30s, swinging a 20-pound sledgehammer to break iron billets. The 81-year-old continued by saying, I got 40 cents an hour, 6 days a week, no vacation. The last straw came when Bethlehem fired over 1,000 workers. Bethlehem claimed these particular workers immediately formed solid picket lines at 7 gates that stretched 2 miles. They successfully beat back attempts by police to allow scabs to cross the picket line. After 38 hours, Bethlehem quickly.
Oh, I need to do this because there's a crash on Popular Road. Oh, wait. That should be cleared up by now. Let's see. I like that Noonan scan. I want them to come do some news with me. Oh, we're all good. Okay.
Open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. is Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A, here in Newton.
Shopping for insurance doesn't have to be stressful. I'm Christy, owner of Ellsworth Insurance.
Yeah, that crash was earlier. I had to refresh my traffic news that I get. I had to refresh where I get my traffic report.
International at 121 Hillwood Circle, Noonan, Georgia. Presenting Connecting the Kingdom. Connecting kingdom citizens, kingdom businesses, and advancing the kingdom of God in this hour. Join us each Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. with guests who are sharing their faith, business, and ministry.
Hi, this is Art Suriano, asking you to tune in to Let Go and Let God every Sunday at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE. We help those who are struggling with their faith or have doubts with discussion, inspirational stories, and contemporary Christian music. So tune in to Let Go and Let God Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. right here on WQEE.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into RyanORadio Penitentiary. Let's take a look at a little bit of traffic update brought to you by Killensworth Realty Road Reports. What's going on in the traffic this morning? Sandy Springs crash, I-285 eastbound, Roswell Road, exit 29 blocking right lanes, causing delay from Cobb County, I-20 near to Cobb County. A crash at I-20 eastbound past exit 71, jammed all the way up to 8:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take a look at another traffic accident or traffic incidents, eastbound and down, I-285, I-675, right there in DeKalb County, a crash blocking 2 left lanes, outer loop. Please use I-75 northbound to I-20 eastbound to get out of that direction. Alternate routes, Marietta crash on Cobb Parkway at All Good Road. It has blocks everywhere. That's up to about 8:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All this other one's up to about 8:15, the last one. Fulton County, you guys have an incident there. Crash South Fulton Parkway, Stonewall Tail Road. Lanes are blocked up to another 5 or 10 minutes. No issues in Noonan right now. A little earlier, there was a crash on Popular Road, but it's cleared up by now. Popular Road is doing well, as well as Lower Fayetteville Road and Bullsboro. In front of Station Jackson Street, east out. Let's head down to Interstate 85 southbound. Nothing in Hogansville, Grantville, all looking good, as well as LaGrange. Moody Bridge Road picking up a little bit, no major there. New Franklin Road looking good, and no issues on Commerce Avenue. Continuing down west into West Point, get off the West Point exit, looking good. Construction going on, you still are able to get through there. Heading in, you take a right to take a left, you got the Loves, and getting yourself, if you're going southbound on the interstate, you take a right there on the West Point exit. Construction going on, but you still can get on there, take a left, get gassed up at the Love's restaurant, and get your Hardee's biscuit this morning for the rest of that travel, because it's going to take you a while to get into Valley, Alabama, as you got to go past exit 79. Construction going on there for the next 6 months or so. Get into exit 77 to get off. Head into Casino, all looking good in Auburn, Opelika. So there you go. That's what's going on this morning, ladies and gentlemen, with your traffic. We're about, I'd say 6 minutes away from the top of the hour. It's 59 degrees under cloudy, rainy skies out there. The active pest control 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Active weather forecast, time and temperature brought to you by Active Pest Control. Summer, winter, spring, fall, we don't care for those rodents, critters, or gooey things at all. 3 dead, including gunmen in a Las Vegas office with shooting in Summerlin. Summerlin is the high-class portion of Las Vegas. I can tell you that. I lived in Vegas. I know. So we'll talk more about that coming up in the next period. Plus, we've got this going on with our wonderful friends. So, sometime after Holly's radio show, people was connecting with her on classes. Awesome to hear. Coming up next hour, we'll do Friday Night Lights Scoreboard with Richard Holdridge. He's going to talk about the UConn men's basketball NCAA championship game. You know he's going to talk about that. Plus, we have UFL thoughts on that. And he's going to tell us where he's going to be out this week for baseball action for the high schoolers in the Fountain City and surrounding areas in Atlanta as well, where he's going to be doing baseball. Also, we'll talk a little bit of sports. I got to ask him about Jason Kelsey showing up at WWE. So there you go. Good morning, beautiful. Andrew Polanis says, good morning, cutie. My lovely bride, Andrea Polanis. Good morning to her. All right. We went through all the false narratives. We went through the clickbaiters. I'm telling you, don't listen to no more clickbaiters anymore. They're lying to you. They don't know how to read the Bible. They're, because I ran upon real Christians yesterday, even kids out there were getting, kids at Christian colleges coming around asking questions. Not one of them, when the solar eclipse happened and everybody looked up at it, not one of them said, oh, there's time for us to get taken. Real followers of Christ don't think like that. So stop watching the people on the fringe of society. They are liars, clickbaiters, and false conspiracy theorists. You guys, how are they going to explain what didn't happen yesterday to you? I'm just saying, don't. Just like we told you about this Georgia woman blaming God in the solar eclipse for her shooting on interstate in Florida, injuring 2 people. Taylor Celestine, 22, was charged with aggravated battery with deadly weapon and improper discharge of a firearm. There's a proper way to shoot a firearm. She's in jail. They found an AR-15 on her and everything. She was checking out of a hotel. She told them that she was directed by God in the eclipse to shoot people. A mass shooting. Also, coming up next hour, we're going to talk about the 3 dead, including a gunman in a Somerville, Las Vegas office. We'll tell you about that lawyer shooting someone there. We'll get into all that in just a few. Also, next hour, country singer, racist country singer, I would say, Morgan Wallen. He needs to get some AA help. First, he gets drunk and he uses the N-word a couple of years ago. Now he gets drunk on top of a Eric Church's bar in Nashville and throws chairs off of there. And the idiots that love him are going to go, it's all right to get drunk to do that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. They're the same ones that thought the eclipse was going to take them to, that was coming to get them tomorrow. And that all the conspiracy theorists are telling the truth. I don't listen to that guy. Oh, come on. You're going to come off because I'm making fun of people. Who cares? Satan got her. You got that right. I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear the truth. I don't want to hear the truth. I want to hear lies. Lies are easier for me to swallow. Lies is an easier pill to swallow than the truth, right? We're going to talk about all that. Plus, I got to talk about a man from Lynette, Alabama, a sports announcer. We're going to talk about it. Hopefully, our good friend Richard Holzer gives us enough time not calling in too early. Because I want to get some of this stuff out of the way. We're going to take a break. Back in a moment. They come off because I'm telling the truth there, Pete. They don't like the truth. Truth hurts their feelings. They don't want to give up their conspiracy theorists. Well, he knows how to read the Bible. He's a great conspiracy theorist. He believes lizard people are real, and he studied the Bible because Grandpa studied the Bible. They're liars. Can't we get over the people being liars? Hard for people to find out people they know are lying. Eventually, we'll get back to real media away from all this stuff. If we don't do it by you guys listening, at least the FCC will take care of it one day, pretty soon. I'm hearing this in my ear. You got that right. Her God, Satan, was the one that did that.
Huskies are back-to-back NCAA men's basketball champs. The Huskies used a big second half to defeat Purdue 75-60 in the national championship game Monday at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. This is the sixth national title in News Radio.
Oh, wait. No, it says crash at I-85 northbound of Fox Road, exit 44. Use Highway 29. I need to tell that again. That's right. He's not of hate and death. About to be back on because I got some things I gotta do.
Or follow us on Facebook. Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinner.
Yeah, people need to slow down. They said there's the two left lane blocking two left lanes on exit 44 north of Popular Road.
Bring you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newnan.
Sports fans, weekdays 3 p.m. Eastern to 5 p.m. Eastern. Prime time. UConn, Braves Country is a Southern sports talk show. Back McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. That's Braves Country. Back McGee and the Armchair Quarterbacks. Weekdays 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Be careful out there on the road, Warrior Defenders.
99.1 FM.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
All right, we're going to do it once more.
Oh, we are. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Cleveland. Peter. Quagmire. Jojo, calm down. Joe. This is Wendy's. Well, it's that second period of play. We got some sports for you this morning, too. And we're going to be heading into period number 2 with some real news for you. Cock-a-doodle-doo, Axel Rooster in the house. Let's do it. Yeah. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. Penitentiary. I'm your host and most, the one, the only Ryan O'Neal, and you were a little late there. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, thank you very much. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast, Shout It Loud across the RyanORadio Penitentiary media, YouTube, iHeart, everywhere. We're across, of course, RyanORadio Penitentiary. We're across. I don't know if I got a song in there. Across the British Columbia Isles of Canada. Also, Earth Rock Radio in New Mexico, Arizona, and the Navajo Nation. Woo! We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada and the Jordan Communications and Family radio stations, including right here at 99.1 FM, the key WQEE, home of Southern Sports Inspirational Talk. And to my haters, I got this to say to you. I am the man around here at 5 minutes past the hour. I'll try to get that for you, my lovely bride. 5 minutes past the hour, 59 degrees under rainy skies out there. Another travel advisory for Noonan coming in. Crash at I-85 northbound, just north of Popular Road, exit 44, blocking 2 left lanes, US 29. Use that up to 8:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time as that's coming in for a little traffic advisory in the Noonan area. That just came in this moments ago. All right. Welcome to the hen house. You got I got the 500 things to talk about before the sports guy comes on. You want me to do that? I don't even have the music set up. Dadgummit. Welcome everybody in George as well with us. Everybody, thank you for being with us this morning. We're going to dive into some headline news because we've got a lot to talk about before our sports guy. Friday Night Lights Scoreboard coming to this hour. We'll talk a little sports with Richard Holdridge. Are you excited about the movie Civil War debuting this Friday, April 12th? Yeah, we're preparing for that Civil War. Yes, 40% of you are. 30% of you are not. And 30% of you are like, I don't know. I'm really kind of tired of it. I'm tired of people making up movies that are going to be what it is. See, I've got silence going on right now because I've got to look for this stuff. Trying to get this right. All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. We're going to talk about a shooting in Las Vegas or a lawyer, and we're going to talk about a country singer that got in trouble. Again, he needs to get some help. He really does need to get some help. He really needs to get some AA. This is the second time this guy's got in trouble, and his fans are like, it's okay for him to do that. I got it in the background. Are you ready? Our cock-a-doodle-doo Axel Rooster's in the house. I hope I remember the lyrics. Welcome to the hen house, baby. You're gonna fry. Yeah. Do you know where you are? You're in the hen house, baby. You're gonna fry. Yeah. Welcome to the hen house. We've got nothing. We're going to eat all chickens and chicken food. Oh, come on in the morning and wake up to everybody. Come on, everybody, and wake up because the rooster's in the hen house and he's going to get him some. And it's rooster in the hen house. What's he going to do, baby, when the cock-a-doodle-doo wakes you up and gives you a little bit of a cock-a-doodle-doo? You know what I mean? Welcome to the hen house where everybody sins. You come on down and they're going to be the man in the fins, the cock-a-doodle-doo. Wake up, everybody, wake up. I don't remember the lyrics. Yeah, cock-a-doodle-doo. Welcome to the hen house. Oh, I told you I didn't. Oh, welcome to the hen house. It's time for eggs and bacon. Bacon and some eggs. Gonna be tea all in your face. Get a little bit of coffee and a little bit of sausage because the pigs are over there. And then the cock's in the hen house. Welcome to the hen house. Ooh, yeah. I've got to remember all the lyrics. Sorry. Why, cock-a-doodle-doo, baby? I'm nothing but a fool. I'm sorry. What you gonna do with the roosters in the hen house? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you never know what you're gonna do when you're gonna eat cock-a-doodle-doo. Come on down. Come on down. Yeah. Everybody's like, turn the radio on. What's wrong with this guy? Wake up with some bacon and eggs, baby. I got to get to the real lyrics. I did not remember the lyrics. I just started making them up. I made them up a few years ago, and Andrew's like, you're going to do that, ain't you, again one day? I'm like, oh, I hope not. Don't tell me to stop, please. I sound better than anybody you've ever seen. Now I can go out here and be one of these bar bands, and everybody like, yeah, man, sign him. He'll be just as good as Morgan Wallen. Actually, I'm better than them. You can play drums. So they only got ahead because they're like, we're gonna sell methamphetamine and join up with the Klan to get ahead in life. What you talking about? Welcome to the hen house, baby. You're gonna fry. I should have added that years ago. You're going to fry. All right, now that we got the silliness out of the way, and I know I can sing it like Axl Rose. I mean, Axl Rose made millions singing like that. I'm just as good, probably better. And if you tell me I'm not, then I'm like, well, you actually think Kid Rock can sing, so there you go. He actually thinks that Jason Aldean's a musician. Come on. I just made people mad. You just made somebody mad. All right. That's a great intro. Thank you, Andrew, for asking me to do that, because you know what? That's a great intro to go into this Morgan Wallen guy. This country singer got in trouble a few years ago for saying some racial stuff when he got drunk. He's at it again. He was on a rooftop of a bar of Eric Church's new 6-story bar and restaurant and live music venue in Nashville. He threw a chair off of it, a couple of chairs, and it hit the cops. Thank you very much. That's right. And in February of 2021, Wallen made a public appearance and a public apology after TMZ posted a video of him yelling out a racial slur. He said the N-word, ladies and gentlemen. Sure, a lot of racist people were like defending him. Now it's all right. I mean, it's in hip hop songs. Why can't he say it? Now people are like, it's all right for him to get drunk. Dude needs some help. Okay, sorry to hurt anybody's feelings. Dude needs some help. Okay, he needs to go to AA. He needs to get some help because he's doing things that are dangerous. If he'd have hit one of them police officers, that'd have gave them a right to shoot him. I just shot him anyway. Said, look, he was attacking me. They're like, why'd you do that? I told you I didn't want to stand in front of this country bar. You should have sent me over to the heavy metal bar in Nashville. Sorry, country fans. I'm not trying to offend you. Thank you very much. You tell you what there, you want Elvis? Elvis is in the house. Hey, pretty mama. I heard this guy, just Morgan Wallen's throwing fits and throwing chairs around and everything. But let me tell you something. Elvis is all calm and everything. All Elvis needs, all the king needs, is Scylla and a peanut butter and banana sandwich. That's all he needs. Thank you very much. What you think about it, Carl? I reckon that fella's not there. He's throwing chairs and getting drunk. My stepdaddy used to do that. Till I took care of him. You know what I mean? I reckon old dude is. I reckon. Reckon old dude's not all there, you know. If he'd ordered some French fried taters, potted meat, he'd have been all right. But he got drunk. I stepped that he got drunk one time. I reckon. Like the way you talk there, Elvis. Like the way Ryan talks. My name's Forrest Gump. I want to get involved. What's up, Forrest? I like you, I reckon. I like the way you talk there. I like the way you talk. I want to talk about this. Mama would have never put up with that. Mama did Playboy one time. She said she was playing with a boy one time in a magazine or something. But other than that, Mama would not have put up with that. In Greenbow, Alabama, we would have not put up with nobody doing that. Mama liked the good old country singers like, Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson. I tell you what, Mama would never say, she said, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get until you open it up. Now, if you're Morgan Wallen, you might open it up and throw beer bottles at people. That guy's not all there. People say I'm stupid, and I'm not a smart man. But Morgan Wallen, he's really not a smart man. Did I hurt somebody's feelings? I'm going to get all kind of death threats and letters. You don't talk about him. Don't talk about Morgan Wallen like that ever again. This guy's a racist prick that throws chairs at police officers. He still backs the blue anyway. Yeah. Yeah. No, he don't. He was throwing something at him. He gonna wake up again this morning. I'm sorry that I threw. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, God, I got a headache. I'm sorry. I got drunk on the top of that building and threw chairs off. Oh, God, I got a headache. Somebody got Tylenol for 17 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. And it is currently 59 degrees under rainy skies. Going northbound on Popular Road is shut down into 2 left lanes, so be on the lookout for that. I hear ambulances in the background. The EMS is coming through. EMT is coming through. Not the EST, the EMT. So, well, you needed that today. You can thank Andrea Polanis, my lovely bride, for telling me to do all that. Because if I wouldn't have did that, she'd have called me and said, "Why didn't you do it? What's wrong with you? I told you." And what? Can you not remember the lyrics to the song you wrote? No. What is wrong with you? I know she. She'd be like, "Whatever." She started the whatever, and then her daughter got it, and then now the grandbaby's doing the same thing. Whatever. No. All right. I'm not going to be able to get into the 3 people, but I'm just going to say 3 people, including an alleged gunman, are dead after a shooting in Las Vegas law office. The shooting happened at 10 a.m. local time there on the 5th floor of an office building in West Charleston Boulevard near the Red Rock Casino in Summerlin, Nevada, Las Vegas, according to the Las Vegas sheriff. The suspects, the deceased, so are the other people. It was he kind of killed his daughter-in-law and everything. It was over a dispute, a divorce dispute. So the shooter was a male and the victims were a male and a female. The suspect's vehicle, which was parked in the nearby garage, was being examined for evidence. We'll keep you abreast of that. In Chambers County, Alabama, I got to talk about this. This is how some of these men are getting rich out there. You go, I wonder how they're making it with that job, living in a nice house. Here's the reality of it. Same people that sit around and defend all these politicians on either side of the aisle for doing wrong are the same people that are doing something wrong themselves and turn around going, there's nothing wrong with it. Got to make money. The government's taking all these taking all these taxes away from us, so I'm not making enough money at my job. And then they go, everybody else are losers at their jobs. Well, Chambers County sports announcer was arrested during an investigation for selling drugs and drug paraphernalia. On Friday, 71-year-old Marvin Turner of Lynette, Alabama, 14th Street, was arrested after a 2-year investigation. The sports announcer was the voice of the Lynette Panthers for a number of years, for I'd say about 15 years. He been the voice. He was started off there about 15 years ago. I worked at the station when he came in as our sports announcer. An investigation is still underway. Now, I'm not going to say he did or didn't do it. They supposedly found things. I'm not going to get into that. But this is my point. Every time you turn around, now the state, Steve Marshall was investigating everybody, making these people do their jobs. People in that area and in small areas are getting mad because they're calling it cancel culture. They're calling people are coming after them. Hey, I got to make a living. Well, no, I'm going to kill somebody if they find out that I've got extra money in the house from selling drugs. And yeah, like it or not, selling marijuana is just as bad as selling methamphetamine. This guy probably, I don't know if he started off selling marijuana, but according to this, it was manufacturing and selling methamphetamine. He was not intaking it himself. He was selling it. So the thing about it is, for me to tell you my thoughts and process on this, this is why there's so many people out there who go, why does that person have everything? Because that person's doing illegal stuff. You got people in your family and friends that are doing it. They're doing it. But they're the ones, if the loudest person is popping out there about how everybody else is wrong and popping out, you're wrong for not making enough money and you're a loser and this is a loser and that's a loser, you might need to investigate. They're covering something up. Now, Marvin was never that type of guy Mr. Turner was never that type of guy to be that type of person in public, but he was married to people who were like that really ran the old school version of the Lynette, Alabama, the up and up version of it. He was married into those family members. And I know his wife died several years ago, so I don't know if this was something that he went mental and couldn't afford to pay. I don't know what was going on with him. I don't know. I have no earthly idea what went on with this man. But I can just tell you, knowing people are getting caught, and it's not just media people. And look, they act like this was his only job, but this was not his only job. Turner worked for a flooring company in Lynette and Valley, Alabama, till it closed down, and went and worked for a flooring selling. He was a salesman at a flooring company in Valley, Alabama, and then went to LaGrange, Georgia so he's just not a sports announcer. Now, 71, he might have been retired, and he was doing that on the weekends, on Friday nights, traveling as a sports announcer, and he might have been retired, but I know that this was not his job. So for people like, whoa, everybody in broadcast, radio, and TV, they got to sell drugs and do other things because they're not making enough money. No. You just got to join the Klan if you're going to be on the station in Roanoke. You know, the Klan will take care of them. Oh, people don't like it when I tell the truth. Hey guys, if you think I'm lying, I told you about the eclipse. Nothing happened. I told you what was going to happen. Nothing was going to. I've told you that every conspiracy theory, now that I'm telling you all this is true, that these people are making money like this, you guys have to start listening to somebody. You got to stop listening to people that are telling you what you want to hear and start listening to people that are telling the truth, not people that are making up things because they don't like other people. I'm not making up things because I don't like other people. I'm telling what I've seen over the years and how people make money and how you know they're doing something illegal. Now, this guy was pretty good at keeping this a secret, I guess, except from the authorities. But I guess if you see many people going in and out of his house and police are like, well, you know, that person don't look like the type of person what's his name would be inviting to his house for dinner. And they only walk in and walk out quick. Yeah, that's kind of, if people are walking in and out of somebody's house and you're like, they don't look that they would be friends. You might want to think about that. When you got somebody driving a nice big old fancy truck lift, and there's people coming to their house that cars are falling apart, and they're not family members. You might want to think about that. Because look, the middle jobs, the call center jobs that are going all AI and everything, they don't pay all that much money. Come on. You can look on the internet and see they say they're only paying a certain amount of money. Come on, really? I know that Marvin made good money with the flooring companies. I do know that. So, because we had hired him at a radio station in Alabama. So I'm hoping that this is not true. It's just something that's there. But if it's true, it's terrible. It's terrible. I'm telling you right now, it's terrible, ladies and gentlemen. What nobody understands is terrible, the things that people are doing. And I've been saying this for years. Look, when Cat Williams backed up everything I say, and me and him don't even know each other. Him and I don't even know each other. I don't even listen to his comedy. Don't even think he's funny. He's not my type of comedian, but the man's intelligent. Everything he says is true. Everything I'm saying is true. And we're not coming out with conspiracy theories. We're not sitting here telling you that the lizard people are coming to eat you up. We're just telling you, hey, the Bible said this, and the Bible said that, and the Bible didn't say there was an eclipse and everything. So there you go. So there won't be a civil war, except for on Friday in the movie theaters. Are you excited for the movie Civil War? 38% of you are. That's our poll question this morning. 29% say no, and 33% say, I don't know, I'm kind of tired of all this talk of Civil War. It just says don't know, but I know how you guys are doing. All right. Well, we got coming up for you. We should have our sports analyst, the one, the only, our good friend, Friday Night Lights Scoreboard, the one, the only, Richard Holdridge should join us in just a few moments. 27 minutes past the hour, ladies and gentlemen. You are tuned in to RyanORadio Penitentiary. If you tuned in earlier with me trying to sing and remember my actual rooster, I'm Axel Rooster, baby song, you probably forgot it. I forgot some of the lyrics. But You Gotta Fry is a good one. Now I'm gonna add that in there. I'm gonna remember the lyrics, and we're gonna sing it right one morning. Don't get me wrong. All right, back in a moment. Oh, I'm supposed to play all them theme music. Happens when you forget. When you get old, you start forgetting things. Yep, and you get old, you start forgetting things. Yep, that's true. Yep. Back in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned in RyanORadio Penitentiary. You're in the penitentiary in lockdown. We should have Friday Night Lights Scoreboard coming up for you after the break. And still to come this morning, Shane B and I are going to talk about top 10 movies. The number one movie is the number one movie from last week. We'll get into that. But next, Friday Night Lights Scoreboard. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Have a good vacation?
Yeah, it was good.
I'm glad to hear that, brother.
Yeah. Gotta get back to work. I don't want it to end, but I had to get back to work.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, the only way to go on another vacation is to save a little bit more money by working.
There you go.
That's what you got to do. All right, we'll talk about UConn. We'll talk about UFL. We'll find out what's going on with you this week, sports-wise.
Could you send me more commercials? Because I think some of the commercials I've been running are kind of old.
Yeah, I'll try to get some today. I've been busy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll try to get you some.
Yeah, they're pretty old. Obviously, the Baxters don't have a new book.
Yeah, you can take that out. You can take that out, but you can. Did I send you the adventure?
Bed of commercials. There are times where I do my show in 15-minute increments, so it works out great. I'll do like 12 to 13 Alabama Sports Live Show and I don't have a guest, I just got to do 15-minute increments.
Right. Well, I'll get you some more stuff. I've got some here. Did I send you the Adventure Bible commercial? No. All right, I'll send that. I'll send that over. That one's standard. It can go anytime. And Peach, have you heard of the Peach State Cats football team?
Yeah, the Peach State Cats are like semi-pro. They're in the lower tier, and that's
the Lions
ended up blowing them out last year.
Well, they want to work with us here at the station.
Oh.
Yep, they sent me a message. They want to work with us here at the station.
Well, how about this? Columbus has got 3 outdoor soccer teams.
Really? Hey, what the heck happened to my Friday Night Lights music?
I don't know.
Sometimes my computer acts up and things disappear.
I've got so much stuff going on. It's just not even funny.
Well, I don't have my Friday Night Lights Scoreboard music. I don't know how it disappeared. So I'm gonna have to come up with something. I'm gonna have to try to see if I can bring it up on the internet. And figure out where it's at later on.
Yeah, I was staying with my in-laws last night. You know, they live in McDonough. Like 5 minutes away. They're like 5 minutes away from Eagles Landing Christian Academy.
Oh, really?
And I went on MaxPress to see, oh, man, if Eclipse playing a baseball game, especially if they're playing Callaway, I think I want to check that out. But they're not. They're playing Redan tomorrow. But, yeah, when like years ago, like they always, like we would go, my parents and my in-laws' house on Friday nights. And I always wonder why you're cheering and there's always lights. It's because Eagles Landing Christian Academy is a very big deal.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Oh, yeah, there.
Well, they definitely are. So. But yeah, I'm going to be talking to Peach State. They want to work with me. I'm going to see what they want to do. It's exciting. I think one of their coaches or players contacted me.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah. Told you, we're becoming the station that people are getting trusted. We are the trusted station to bring them what they want. That's over in Suey, Georgia or somewhere. All right, I found the music. Now all right, we're going on, brother.
Okay.
I say that it's a lot of fun, but again, I think it's at all. But the confidence that from that staff. How about this?
Friday night is a great night for football. So is Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, Sunday afternoon, Monday night, Thursday night, and every Tuesday in the morning is Friday Night Lights, the Friday Night Lights Scoreboard show, brought to you in part by Southern States Bank. Southern States Bank, making banking easier in East Alabama and West Georgia. Please welcome our guest this morning. He is the host of the Sports Beat weekdays from 2 to 3 p.m. on the network, presented by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. He's also a writer for Chattahoochee Valley Living. He's been all over the Fountain City doing professional to high school and everything in between. High school basketball, baseball, football, to professional football with the Columbus Lions, to Columbus Chattahoochee baseball, and the Chattahoochee Monsters baseball, to the men and women's soccer teams there, and so much more. He's a father, he's a husband, he's a vacationer, and he is a military man. Please welcome the Sports Beats and Richard Holdridge. Good morning.
Hey, Ryan. Yeah, thank you for that. I just came back from the Big Apple.
You're from California, brother.
And then the Eclipse. I missed it.
You missed it.
I was actually working.
Right.
I was actually inside, but I saw pictures of my kids with their Eclipse glasses. Got to see 80%. 80% is better than 70%.
Yes, it is.
It was nice just to see the path of totality, as they call it.
Yes.
The Eclipse was a lot bigger than the one in 2017.
It was.
I missed the one in 2017 as well, so
I got to see it.
How big of a deal it was.
Yeah, I got to see it. I was out and about with clients and everything, and some other clients came up, and I was talking to a stand at the car wash here, and they're like, "Hey, it's happening now. You guys want to see it?" And I got to see it and everything, so it was pretty cool. But the whole earthquake thing, I know everybody was asking you about it, but look, the reason you didn't feel it is you're from California, dude. You guys got real earthquakes out there. It's like in Florida, everybody's used to hurricanes, So.
Well, the Loma Prieta earthquake was 6.8 on the Richter scale.
Right.
I was 10 years old when it happened. I'll never forget that one. Felt
right.
like the earth was shaking forever. I think that I'll be fine because I am from California.
Yeah, exactly.
Bigger earthquakes.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well, we're glad to have you back this week and everything. So we got a lot to talk about. I'm proud of the River Dragons. They're going to have a big event this weekend. We're going to have tickets to give away to that. Should be. Hopefully I'll get them today. Tickets to give away to the Columbus River Dragons. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about UFL Week 2 and how the Birmingham Stallions are doing. But the top news story in the world of sports has to be UConn and the big NCAA men's tournament and final last night, and the Final Four on Friday and Saturday, and then the women's tournament on Sunday, and then last night. Let's get into all that for you. I know you were keeping up that even though you were on vacation.
Oh, it was a great time to be a college basketball fan, not just the women's game, but the men's game. The women's game drew 18.7 million views.
What? Yes.
It was the first time that I watched 3 women's college basketball games from start to finish. I watched the Elite Eight game against LSU because I wanted to see the beat between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Saw the game against UConn because, it's Gina Ariana. He's got 11 titles. It's Paige Buckers. It's Caitlin Clark. I mean, and by the way, that was, I don't know, you don't call that moving screen there. UConn could have won that game.
Yes.
The fact that Caitlin Clark was in the championship game again, taking on a very good South Carolina. They have 37 points off the bench. And there's a reason why 18.7 million people watched it. It was the only thing on Sunday afternoon on ABC. And then the men's game. Late last night, I actually went to bed. I missed most of the second half, but Zach Edey was dominant. But like it shows, a good team wins championships, not just an individual player. As the men proved that, like the women. But it's great that college basketball was just, electrifying. It was one of those
that
were glued to the TV. And I think that last night's game is going to get a massive number as well.
I think so too. Well, speaking of electrifying, before we get into a little football or baseball news and everything, over the weekend was WrestleMania, and Taylor Swift's boyfriend's fiance, his brother, who was a member of the Philadelphia Eagles football team, along with another Eagle, made their debut in Eagle Stadium. That's where they held the WrestleMania this past weekend, Saturday and Sunday, helping out Rey Mysterio under a mask. Jason Kelsey got in the ring. Say something about his beer belly, that's fine. Dude jumped in that ring, and when they invited him in the ring, he jumped over the rope like he was so athletic. I was like, I'm ready to see him in the ring. Did you hear anything about this?
Oh yeah, I mean, WrestleMania is always entertaining. I mean, I didn't watch WrestleMania.
Oh, I know you didn't.
I heard a lot of great things about it. I watched last year's WrestleMania because I was down visiting my brother-in-law on vacation, and he is a huge wrestling fan, and so he actually purchased it on pay-per-view. And I saw the highlights. Cody Rhodes ends up winning WrestleMania, beating Roman Reigns.
Atlanta boy.
And I think that's great. Really, it carries on the legacy of Dusty Rhodes to have Cody Rhodes win WrestleMania. And I know it's a big deal. I mean, that was a very big weekend. I mean, we had Comic-Con down in Columbus.
Yeah.
I mean, and because I was on vacation, I missed that. But, you know, I was excited about the lineup for Comic-Con. I mean, you had Flash Gordon that was down there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the savior of the universe. I mean,
He was in Ted.
So I actually think that, you know, we had just a busy weekend.
It was. And speaking of that, so we've got our first championship brought to Atlanta with Cody Rhodes. Is an Atlanta boy, lives in Marietta, so he's representing all of Atlanta. So Cody brought the first championship home. So now the Hawks, the Braves, and the Falcons and the United have to live up to Cody Rhodes this coming up year. Oh man. And Jason Kelsey, seeing him get in the ring is so cool. I mean, he pulled off his shirt. I was like, he's got a beer barely, but I was like, dude jumped over that rope like he was Rey Mysterio, how small he was. Speaking of baseball, Spencer Strider's out, an MRI. Your thoughts on what's going on with the Braves?
Well, let's hope that he doesn't need Tommy John surgery. He's going to be out for a while.
Right.
He's going to the injured list. It's probably the 60-day injured list, but all the Braves need is him for the playoffs.
Right.
That offense is going to be fine to carry them through the regular season to win the NL East. You get into the playoffs, and he'll be ready. I mean, he won't be, you know, his arm won't be tired from pitching like 200-plus innings.
Mm-hmm.
If he's ready for the playoffs, it's over. I mean,
There you go.
Sale, you have Max Fried. Even
Yep.
though he struggled,
Yep.
he's gonna figure it out. But this is also a good opportunity for starters that are up-and-coming prospects like A.J. Smith-Shawver to come into the rotation and get some opportunities. And I think that this is also an opportunity for Ian Anderson to come
Right.
back, as he's coming back from his Tommy John injury. And maybe he can come back into the fold. And I think that the Braves pitching is going to be fine, even though another blown save or blown lead in the bullpen. I mean, they were up 4-0 against the Mets last night, but the bullpen giving up 3 runs in the 8th. And that's really going to be the story of the Braves this year. They're going to end up walking it off. They're going to end up blowing some leads. But still, this is the best offense in baseball. There is no question. And they're going to figure things out.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Well, let's get a report on your Giants and see how you're feeling about them so far this season. I know it's only the beginning of the season. We're not, you know, we're just starting the season, but what is your thoughts so far? What have you seen, good, bad, and need to be improved?
Yeah, the Giants are really just a shell of themselves from
Right.
the teams that won the 3 World Series. And they get blown out by the Nationals at home. I mean,
Yeah,
they're
oh,
4-7
yeah, I
right
know.
now. I know that it's early, but there's really nothing that is really. I mean, maybe Michael Conforto right now. I mean, he's leading the team with 3 home runs and 10 RBIs. But, you know, they went out and got, you know, a big-time pitcher, Blake Snell, and then Logan Webb was supposed to be their big-time pitcher. Camilo Duvall is supposed to be their big-time closer. Just that team that won the 3 World Series titles, those players are gone. Brandon Crawford, Brandon Bell, Buster Posey, I mean, they're all gone. And so trying to build that magic again, it's very tough. And I just think that the culture of the Giants is not there. When Brian Sabian left as the general manager,
Right.
I think that they caught lightning in a bottle because after Barry Bonds left, and he didn't really retire, he left in 2007.
True.
But the Giants had great pitching. Madison Bumgarner, Tim Lincecum, Matt Cain. And that pitching led them to win 3 World Series titles. And they just don't have it. I mean, I know that they won 106 games, or actually 107 games, and lost to the Dodgers 2 years ago in 2021. But, yeah, they're just not the same team.
Not the same team. Well, we'll continue to observe what's going on in the major leagues as we head into other sports. UFL Week 2, I got to see some of it, especially the Birmingham Stallions and everything over the weekend, because I was mostly concentrating on Hall of Fame and WrestleMania this past weekend, so I didn't get to watch much. But the Stallions are 2-0. So are another team. The Brahmas are 2-0 in the XFL and the USFL. Your thoughts on week 2, week 1 going into week 2? I didn't get to talk to you about that. Your thoughts on this brand new spring football league?
Well, I think it's great that they're experimenting with the kickoff.
Yeah.
And then also you have an option, instead of going for an onside kick, to have it at your own 25 on
Yes.
4th and 12.
Yes.
That's what the Brahmas did. They converted a 4th and 12, and they ended up getting the game-winning score to beat the Memphis Showboats. So
Yep.
right now, the Stallions and the Brahmas are 2-0. And next week, I mean, we got a battle of two teams in the South that have huge fan bases. Memphis taking on Birmingham.
Whoa, yes.
I have ties to
Both.
both cities because
Yep.
back in 2005, I was living in Memphis, and I was commuting back and forth to Birmingham during the weekends, and so I'm very familiar with both
That drive.
both great sports markets in both cities, and that's gonna be an exciting time.
I'm excited to see it too. I'm saying that it's a great season so far. The U.S. Army is now partners with the UFL. I say that it's going to be successful. And like I was talking with Coach Tommy Lewis yesterday about it, I think that if we added 2 more teams in the next couple of years and keep it at 10 teams in the UFL, I think that's all we really need. Your thoughts on just about that's what 10 teams would be a good round number for the UFL during the springtime?
Yeah, I think the UFL needs to get 2 more teams. I don't know which markets would actually,
No more Texas.
Well, we already got the Vegas Raiders, but they had the XFL in the early 2000s. I love Vegas as a market with the Las Vegas Outlaws, and I really want to see some of the old XFL, USFL teams. When they brought back the old USFL teams, but I would love to see the old XFL teams like the Las Vegas Outlaws,
right?
Or the LA Renegades or LA Express.
Okay, yeah. I think LA could handle one.
That would be awesome.
I think LA could handle. We could handle a team out of LA. Just no more Texas teams. We got too many of them right now, and we got an Alabama team. We don't really need a Georgia team. I just don't think there's some. Maybe we got a Tennessee team. I don't know. Maybe a Florida team would be good.
Orlando.
Yeah,
it's a good sports market for a Florida team. I think that you got to kind of steer away from the college towns, like Columbus, Ohio.
Yes,
doesn't really need.
I agree.
Professional team.
I agree. 110%. Well, let's talk about the Columbus River Dragons. We're about 10 minutes away from the top of the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Southern States bringing you a look at your time and temperature. We're about, I'd say, 12 minutes away from the top of the hour, and we're holding at 59 degrees under kind of cloudy skies out there. Rain is still in forecast throughout the day. Southern States Bank, making banking easier. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Columbus River Dragons over the weekend, they won 1, they lost 1. This coming up weekend is kind of it's getting ready to get close to the final regular weekend. I should have tickets to give away. What are we expecting? Now, this weekend's going to be a good weekend. Let's talk about playoffs before, we're going to get out of the weekend. I'm sure the River Dragons are going to have a fantastic finish to their season. But what are we expecting going into the finals?
Well, they got 3 games left in the regular season. It doesn't really matter what they do. They want to play their best going into the playoffs.
Right.
The home ice wrapped up for the entire Federal Prospects Hockey League.
Yep.
So that means if you look at right now the standings over in the Continental Division, they would play the Mississippi Seawolves. It's a 1-2 playoff format. Game 1 would be in Mississippi, and then they would host games 2 and 3 at the Columbus Civic Center. Now, this is perfect if you're a River Dragons fan because they'll be playing with house money. If they could steal that game on the road, they've got 2 times to try to clinch at home And if they can advance over Mississippi, more than likely they're going to play Carolina.
Right.
Semifinals. Again, this is the 1-2 playoff format has snake bitten. I know that's a pun from the Cottonmouth. Snake bitten the River Dragons the last 2 seasons because they did win game 1 at home.
Right.
They had 2 opportunities to close out the series on the road, and they lost games 2 and 3 back in 2022 to Watertown in the Commissioner's Cup final. And last year in the semifinal to the Carolina Thunderbirds, they lose games 2 and games 3. Well, that's not going to happen this year because they got home.
Nope.
And the River Dragons should be in prime position, barring any crazy upsets, because upsets happen in sports all the time.
It does.
Barring any crazy upsets, the River Dragons should be the odds-on favorite. Odds-on? What am I? Who's betting on Federal Prospects? No, they should be the favorites to win the Commissioner's Cup.
They should be. Well, go Dragons. Tom Callahan and the crew doing great. And let's move on.
And Ryan, they don't have betting lines on like these semi-pro teams. Like you can't bet like on the Columbus Lions, right, or the Columbus River Dragons. That's crazy. If you do, you got a gambling problem.
Yeah. If you do, you got a gambling problem. Yeah. You definitely have a gambling problem. But somebody's probably is betting on these teams. And let's talk about where you're going to be this week. We got a rain and forecast, different things going on. Where are you going to be this week with Georgia, Alabama Sports Live, bringing high school baseball to the masses?
Well, I'll be back at Kendrick today. That is the site where I had that 5-hour marathon.
Oh, yeah.
Kendrick ends up beating Spencer 27-26.
Uh-huh.
Kendrick is going to host Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan's having a fantastic year. They are 10-7 on the season. Brent and I, we're going to do a Georgia Alabama Sports Live show tomorrow.
Okay.
Trying to see if we can call another game. We just got to get special permission from the AD. And then on Thursday, we are calling Calvary and Glenwood.
Woo.
And Friday, I'm taking off for a week. I got to do my yearly annual training.
Uh-oh.
Military. And we prepare for this just about every year. And usually, and I go back in the archives, I was still doing shows while I was doing AT.
Yep.
They're condensed shows, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then that's why I'm trying to build up content where I can just throw in a best of show. But yeah, like I did, I was gone for a week for New York. I'm going to be turning around and I'm going to be gone for another week because I got military training.
Well, we appreciate your military training, and I know we'll have you back in a couple of weeks on the show, which will be good, and everything. Now, tell everybody how to follow you, what's up, what's going on with today's show, and all that good stuff.
You can follow me on Twitter @SportsRichardH. You can also follow me on Facebook, Sports View with Richard Holders. Just type in the Sports View with Richard Holders. You'll get all the content of my Facebook Live shows, and it's going to be great. You can also follow me on Instagram, Holders79, and I'm also not quite on TikTok yet. My daughter's trying to get me on TikTok, and I'm not giving in. I know that TikTok will give me a lot of views, but I'm just not quite ready for that. I'm still trying to work on trying to find reels, like my hot sports take, trying to do like when I talk, like doing those texts, that come out and they just blow up the screen. I'm really still trying to figure that out as I'm producing and directing and doing my podcast. A lot of people say I would be the Tommy Wiseau of sports podcasting.
There you go. All right. Well, you're tuned in today from 2 to 3 p.m. on the Sports Beat right here on 99.1 FM The Key with your host, Richard Holdridge. Thank you, Richard, for being with us. We're going to take a break. Back in a moment. All right, brother. It works out great because I got somebody coming in next week anyway during on Tuesday during this time.
Yeah, I'll be out of pocket next week.
Good, because I got a local business. Well, Choice Hotels members are coming in next week to talk about a new hotel place here in Noonan that they're going to be doing business with me. So I'm glad this worked out this way.
Oh, of course.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
We'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
All right. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye.
trail, you get that feeling somebody's coming up on you. What do you do to be prepared in today's world? Hi, I'm Holly Reese. I'm the founder of Warrior Defenders. As a certified tactical self-defense instructor, I'm specializing in women's self-defense. All women of all ages have the ability to learn how to defend themselves effectively with technical drills to build their survival skills. You can be your own hero. Classes and private seminars are available. Learn today to have a safer tomorrow. Warrior Defenders.
Woohoo! Wishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste.
Time for some more stuff.
Fish
Time for
dinners.
some more stuff.
Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. is Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
Tune in Thursdays, 10 a.m. to 10:30 to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show, hosted by me, Ariel Green. Each week, we'll learn ways to be more sustainable in our everyday lives. We'll discuss exciting environmental news, ways to get involved locally, and we'll hear from women of color who are saving the planet in their own unique ways. Be sure to listen to the Sustainable Brown Girl Radio Show every Thursday at 10 a.m.
Hello, everyone. This is DJ Neal of the 45's Affair Radio Show, where I play all Vinyl 45s. You're listening to WQEE 99.1 FM, Newton, Georgia.
You got that right. Oh, Funky's on the run. He's about to get funky up in here. Funky like a monkey, like Dusty Rhodes would say. Not funky like when you take your shoes off after a long day or running or whatever. Still to come, Shane B and I are going to talk movies. We're going to prepare for Civil War. The movie, April 12th, is coming out. We're also talking about the top 10 movies. We'll talk what's not. That's all coming up for you, period number 3. Tomorrow morning, joining us in the final period, Histories of Mysteries tour guide, extraordinaire, author, actress, and more. Sally Toole joins us for Histories of Mysteries, and we're getting weird on Wednesday. True Crime Thursday, Elizabeth Sarles will join us. She and I are going to talk about unsolved homicide in small town USA. That's coming up on Thursday. True Crime Thursday. On Friday, a couple of guests in the second period. Jim Gossett will join us. Comedian extraordinaire of the national syndicated radio shows will be our guest on Friday morning, talking about a show on April 20th. And on Friday, in the final period, Holly Reese from Warrior Defenders and Empower Strikes Back radio podcast, Mondays, 10:30 a.m. on the network, will join us on the show. Couple of sports news worthy notes. NHL East Conference playoff run looking like this. The Islanders, the Penguins, the Flyers, the Capitals, and the Red Wings are looking good. Also, Kirk Cousins, we're going to talk about more. We're going to have some football news for you in the Atlanta area tomorrow. We'll have Atlanta sports news added to all the other news. We'll tell you what he had to say to fans. And he talked to Shaquille O'Neal about this being his final run. And he's going to retire in Atlanta. Still to come this morning on the network, we'll get on more dirty little details in the world of entertainment inside the movie reviews. We'll talk about top 10 movies, what's hot, what's not, and so much more as we've got for you. Coming up, Shane B and I will have movie reviews. So get that soda ready.
Country star Morgan Wallen is facing charges after he reportedly threw a chair from a rooftop bar in Nashville Sunday night. Police say 2 officers were standing in front of the bar shortly before 11 p.m. when they saw the chair hit the sidewalk near them. Witnesses
Witnesses told officers they saw Wallen toss the chair. Police also reviewed security footage. The singer was arrested on 3 counts of reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct.
I'm the man to give you the one thing you want.
Former Marvel star Jonathan.
Oh, he's the man. No, I'm the man.
Time. After being convicted of attacking his former girlfriend late last year, a judge sentenced Majors to probation. Majors also has to complete a 52-week in-person domestic violence program in Los Angeles, continue mental health counseling, and stay away from his former girlfriend. Bruce Springsteen is helping a young student skip a day of school. During a concert in San Francisco last week, the New Jersey rocker saw an 11-year-old in the audience hold up a sign that said, "Skipping school, sign my note." Springsteen obliged and signed her note. The note excused the young fan from school the next day. That's entertainment. Lisa G, NBC News Radio.
WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Sharpsburg, Franklin.
It was good. I went out there. We were with clients, and some other clients come up, and they had the Eclipse classes, and we saw it. It all turned out. It was a great day. Good morning. How you doing, brother? You prepared for Civil War this week? We had the dangerous eclipse yesterday, so we got Civil War on Friday. Should. Good. I'm glad you're in preparation mode. Oh, Lord. All right. So we're going to talk about what movie we're going to talk about today. Wow, Monkey Man. I don't know what that is. We got some new movies in the top 10. Not heard of them, but at least the names don't look too bad. No, okay. Godzilla and Kong took the #1 spot again, so I guess it'll be the last weekend they take the #1 spot if Civil War comes out in theaters.
Wishbone Fried Chicken is back at a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken around. Fish dinners, open Monday through Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's Wishbone Fried Chicken right next door to their former location, bringing you the best chicken around. So great. Wishbone Fried Chicken, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton.
Hey there, folks. Looking for a top expert in medical, health, and life insurance? Look no further than CP Financial. Get Charmaine Preston, your trusted agent for finding the perfect plan to fit your budget. She works with multiple companies, ensuring the best option just for you. Don't miss out on the chance to make the right choice for your financial future. 706-525-5931. Speak to Charmaine Preston, CP Financial, your top local sales agent.
You know what, Shane? I think I figured out what we got to do. If we want shows and movies to come back that we like, we got to start saying they suck. And the movies that do suck, we got to start saying they don't suck, and the shows that don't suck. Because it seems like every time I get into a show that I want to watch, they're going to cancel it. And then they're going to bring something back. They're going to bring something out that sucks. So we're just gonna start doing it opposite so that they'll go, oh, these guys like this. We're gonna shut it down. They don't like that. We're gonna keep that going forever. I'm serious, man. Every time we talk about something good, I'm like, what in the world? All right, we're getting ready to go on here in a moment, brother. Woo-wee. Survival. Preparing for the Civil War, Friday, April 12th. That's the trailer you hear right there. Coming up this weekend, boy, it's all time for movies. Period number 3 is already underway. That's right, we're getting ready to kick it off here with our movie reviewer, Shane B, in just a few moments. So stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about top 10 movies, what's hot, what's not, what's going on, this, that, and the other, and what's in the entertainment news. It's all coming up for you right now. So we're preparing you. Kick it off, Triple H. It's RyanORadio Penitentiary. I'm your host of the most, the one, the only, Ryan O'Neal. And of course, I am the game. 50,000 plus of you worldwide on the Shoutcast. Shout it out loud. Across that, RyanORadio media page on iHeartRadio, Amazon Prime, and more. New Mexico, as well as Arizona and the Navajo Nation with Earth Rock Radio everywhere. We're across the British Columbia Isles of Canada. And finally, the Jordan Communication of Family Radio Stations, East Alabama, West Georgia, including right here. We are the Talk Atlanta because we're talk all day. We're live all day. We're WQEE 99.1 FM The Key, home of Southern sports, inspirational talk, and real news. We're here for you. We're here for you. We appreciate it. Good morning, Gail. How you doing there? Cher, Pete, and everybody with us. We're getting ready to go into the movies next. And to my haters, I got one thing to say to you. I am the man around here, whether they like it or not. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. If we don't see you again, a very, very good night. Everybody worldwide listening to us and everything. Let's dive into this. Our question of the morning is our poll question on the YouTube page. We've got plenty of you there too. Like, subscribe, and share. Are you excited about the movie Civil War on Friday? 38% of you say yes. 27% of you say no. And 35% of you say, well, I don't know. You're probably tired of all the media and everything talking about it. You just don't want to. You want to see a good movie. So you're like, I know, I'm tired of this. Speaking of talking about good movies, even bad movies, please welcome our expert. He's our Cisco R. Ebert. Gives 2 thumbs up to all the movie shows and everything that's good on Netflix, Hulu, and in the theaters, and gives them the Stone Cold Steve Austin salute if they're not so good. Please welcome Shane B. Good morning, Shane.
Morning.
Hope you're doing good on this Tuesday morning. I'm glad you survived the eclipse. So.
A lackluster eclipse.
Oh man, you missed it. You missed the boat. I guess we all missed the boat. I did see it because I had clients I was standing around, and some other clients came up with some of those glasses, and it was what it was. But I didn't see any darkness. You know, it's darker right now than it was yesterday afternoon. So, and the light is out and it's raining. So I mean, hey. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. WrestleMania was this past weekend. I don't know if you've heard anything about that. You had 2 of your favorite movie stars show up to face off each other. You had 2 of your big superstars. You had the Black Adam face off. Actually got involved in a match, but he got involved in the final match. He got in a match with, I guess, whatever John Cena's character in that show you watch. They got into it. Of course, The Undertaker took out the Black Adam Rock. So a lot of actors were at, and football players were at WrestleMania this past weekend, Shane.
That was the only match I actually caught.
The Cody Rhodes match.
Yeah, I was watching a bunch of other stuff, and like, well, I was trying to catch that last match.
Right.
Because of what they're doing with, I haven't watched a lot of wrestling lately, but I was interested to see how they're trying to make this superstar out of Cody Rhodes. I mean, granted, he has come a long way.
Yep.
But the thought of him defending it, was it the Universal title?
Yeah, the Universal. It's the WWE Universal title.
Yeah.
Yes.
So many belts now, but
Oh God, yeah.
defending that title against Roman Reigns is like, you mean Roman Reigns, the same Roman Reigns that beat Undertaker at WrestleMania?
Yep, the same one.
Roman Reigns against Cody Rhodes?
Well, you just pointed it out there. What you pointed out was the reason that match was it was bloodline rules. It was Rock helping his cousin Roman out, and all of his family members coming in. And the next family member kicked out of the family. John Cena had a problem with Solo. Solo beat him at SummerSlam. Undertaker has a problem with him. So that's why he put down The Rock, because he got beat by Roman. So if you got to think about it, it was all helping on both sides. And it was a great storyline. And Cody represents Atlanta, though. He's the first champion in Atlanta. So the Braves, the Hawks, the United, and the Falcons have to follow next.
I was sitting there watching all that madness with a friend of mine, my producer, and we're just watching everybody come to the ring. It's like one after another. The Rock, who just seems to be a publicity stunt now.
Yes, he is.
Going back heel as he's standing in the ring and the lights go out. It's like, okay, what's about to happen now? I'm thinking it was going to be the Bryant family. That's who they are.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt was passed away. Since Bray Wyatt passed away, I don't know. It would have been a good idea to have his brother show up as Uncle Howdy, which he's supposed to come back. But yeah, a lot of people thought the same thing. And then also, I really thought, honestly, they were going to try to make it that it was Cody Rhodes, because, his brother and his friend Ricky Starks and his brother Dustin Rhodes couldn't be seen on television because they work for the other company. So I was like, MJF might show up and help since he's no longer with AEW. But they didn't do that. So they just this was a way, but one thing I do like about it, Shane, was this was a way to bring in all the stars. And of course, The Rock wrestled the night before. This is a way to bring all the stars in and not take away matches from the younger talent. So basically, they were all in one match without having to, take away any time from the other people being on the card the last two nights. So I think it was a good way of doing it. And then you didn't see their weaknesses because, come on, The Undertaker couldn't do nothing but a choke slam. He wouldn't have been able to go for a full 45-minute match. Let's be honest.
As soon as those lights went out, my buddy's like, Undertaker. I was like, you think? And the lights came back on, sure enough.
He was right.
I just wasn't expecting to see Undertaker there.
Well, I expected all that because Friday night they were all there at the Hall of Fame.
As this thing lights go back out and him and Rock are gone, it's like, well, where'd they go? Did they go to the crowd? Did they go into the ring?
Yeah, Rock was on.
A long ring.
Yeah, Rock was outside the ring, and they rushed the Undertaker all the way to the back through not through long ramp, but through a different way. They rushed him through so some people in the crowd saw the Undertaker run him to the back because they knew it was going to be a long night with Cody Rhodes. But hey, man, the crowd wanted it. Rock did the right thing, turning heel. I think it was the best acting that Rock. And then Rock last night shows him, said he's got to be gone for a while, which you know what that means. Probably another Marvel movie. Yeah, he wrestled last night too. Cena wrestled last night again. I was like, okay, Cena, you're milking it for 2 nights in a row. And aren't you going back to some superhero movie, DC World or something?
Working on is it Peacemaker?
That's it, Peacemaker. Yeah, Peacemaker and Black Adam coming face to face to the Undertaker. All we needed was Blue Tista to show up.
What's that other one? Let me see. I tried to watch Raw last night.
Yeah.
Because of the whole incident that happened with McIntyre.
Yeah.
How CM Punk has weaseled his way back into the picture. And it's like, go away, CM Punk. You're finished. You're done. But they're going to try to keep him alive. But McIntyre said something last night that I wholeheartedly agree with about how the Money in the Bank is an absolute joke.
Yep.
And I strongly agree because they're writing the same storyline. As soon as somebody wins the belt,
yep.
Boom, here comes the person holding the briefcase immediately.
Yep.
And it's just repetitive.
Yep.
It's cowardice.
It is. And then you got the Judgment Day holding the titles, the 2 main titles on Raw, because the draft is coming back and they're going to split them up. And then, of course, Cody will be on Friday nights because Friday nights is going to be – SmackDown is going to be their moneymaker because by October this year, if you didn't know, Friday night SmackDown is going to USA, NXT is going to CW, and Raw is going to be hitting Netflix. So their main show is going to be Friday nights. So, or whenever SmackDown is, their main show is going to be SmackDown. So, and that's a few months away. So the way it's looking right now, Shane, that's why they're preparing for the draft and they're going to split them up again and all this kind of stuff. And Roman's going back home because, in real life, he's got leukemia. And that's why he hasn't wrestled as much. That's why he wrestles the main events because he's in remission. So I think he's going to take a little time off, and so is Seth Rollins. So we don't have to watch the Joker anymore, the wannabe Joker.
Yeah, I'm watching this that fatal 4-way match they did last night.
Uh-huh.
The number 1 contender. And they give it to the guy.
Uso.
Who's got his ribs taped up. Like, come on. I don't care if CM Punk interfered again or not. This dude has his ribs taped up. You tell me he won a fatal 4-way match. My God, I just don't know anything about wrestling too much anymore.
Well, they're trying to go. Triple H trying to take it back to the old days, and one thing that you're going to get to see is they're dropping all kind of Attitude Era, promos now. No more kiddie promos, and I mean it's all right for someone like you and me, but then when you and me start watching it, going, we're old now, so maybe they should be focusing on kids and letting us find something else to watch.
Trying to pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I just want to get your thoughts on the actors being there, and Jason Kelce and Lance, somebody, I forgot the other guy's name. 2 Philadelphia Eagles football players got involved Saturday night. You didn't get to see this, but they helped Rey Mysterio win his match. Him and Andrade defeat the people they were taking on. The best match of all WrestleMania, because it was a bunch of Mexican wrestlers, Lucha Libre wrestling. So it was the best match. And then Kelce gets involved, and dude jumps in the ring, athletic, and you're like, oh, this guy is very athletic, jump in the ring. And then he pulls his shirt off, and he's got a beer belly.
Yeah, I could have did without Snoop Dogg.
Oh, come on. There you go. For real, for shizzle.
And the Eagles, like cheerleaders and their drum line is just like, okay, well, we got to fill time somehow, I guess.
Yep.
It's happened over 2 nights, I guess we got to fill time.
They didn't have that much matches on Sunday night, and they wanted to go an hour with the main event, which they did, because all the people got involved and everything, and the crowd loved it. But yeah, so yeah, to me, it was the best WrestleMania in a while for this era, and everything, and with all the Vince McMahon scandal going on and him out of the company and everything, it actually rebirthed them. It was a new rebirth of the WWE, but
yeah, definitely got a lot of hype and attention and praise.
Yeah,
good for them.
It is good.
One thing I didn't understand is why it was called WrestleMania XL, because that's not how you write Roman numerals.
I know, right? I know, but I know. I call it WrestleMania 40. I never went with the XL because I was like, wait, what? This is not quite right. So, oh man. Well, anyway, it was great to talk a little bit about that. I know you would have a thought on that. Godzilla and Kong still at number 1. We got a new movie at number 2 called Monkey Man. We got a couple of new movies. Ghostbusters went down to number 3. What did you check out in movies this weekend? Was there anything that you got to check out that we need to check out or don't need to check out, Shane?
Well, I'm still boycotting this Godzilla and Kong.
Okay.
I just think it's tired.
You're done with it.
Enough.
It's like Cena and Rock. It's been seen before.
Monkey Man, I might go back and watch that. It looks crazy.
Uh-huh.
Mainly because it looks like it's got a bunch of good fighting scenes in it. So
Okay.
glance at that. But, like, I was getting more into some of these TV shows.
Okay.
WrestleMania, I missed the second episode of this new show I've been checking out here called Parish on AMC.
Okay.
And this is just Giancarlo Esposito's next venture. And he has a lot to do with the production of the show.
Right.
Better known as Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad.
Ah.
This is a 6-episode AMC show that follows him where, he's kind of an anti-hero sort of thing.
Okay.
He's a retired criminal getaway driver. And so now he runs his own limousine, car service.
Okay.
Got a family, got his house, his son got killed, so he carries around the weight of mourning his son's death. On the verge of losing their house, and the business isn't doing so well. So an old friend of his that he used to run around with in the bad circle has gotten out of prison, and this guy's in debt, and he's got the opportunity to pull off the job, score some quick, good payday.
Okay.
So he wants Esposito to come in. And of course, he's hesitant about it. It's not my life anymore, this and that.
Uh-huh.
He starts to think about it, and he's like, all right, I'll do this one job with you.
Okay. I like this.
And of course, the people they get involved with, the guy seems straightforward at first, but then you realize how dangerous these people are, and maybe he got in over his head. So now it seems like he's kind of stepped back into the life. It's written real well. Production value really great. The criminal boss we got is Zachary Mono from Harriet and Dr. Sleep. His buddy Colin is Skeet Ulrich, better known as Billy from the Scream movie series. He's also the love interest of The Craft.
Okay.
Playing his wife is Paula Malcolmson, she played Allie Earp in Tombstone. Everybody remembers her.
Yes.
She's Katniss's mom in the Hunger Games too.
Okay. Yes.
So it's got star power there.
All right. Sounds good. Well, Hollywood, we don't like it, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, it's like Sunday nights on the AMC. I definitely think it's worth a watch. Created by Susan Gonera.
Okay.
Snowfall and 13 Reasons Why. I think it's definitely worth a watch. That's one show we checked out.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Another one we decided to check out here. If you're into this kind of thing.
Okay.
I have some notes about this one.
All right.
Right on that one. I'll tell you what, we'll wait for the break on that one because I got some notes on that one. So for the moment, we'll talk about something that's raising a lot of controversy right now out there in the media is, Tom Holland is set to star as Romeo in this new adaptation of Romeo and Juliet.
Spider-Man.
And a lot of racial backlash has come out because of who's playing Juliet.
Okay.
It would be Francesca. Let's just call her Francesca Rivers because I cannot say her
Last name.
third name.
Okay. That's fine.
She's a Nigerian British artist, musician.
Okay. Yes. I think I've heard of her. Yes. And problem with
Her in was a BBC show called Bad Education.
Okay. Was she good?
I'm reading more and more about this, and there's so much racial hate online, and this is uncalled for, and this and that. I'm like, well, when is this movie coming out? It's not a movie. It's a stage play. It's like, oh, well, that's fine. I don't care what you do with stage play.
Okay.
And on top of that, this play is only going to be happening, seems like, in London. So it's not even going to be here in the States. But people are just losing their minds of Black Juliet. It's just like, how many people will really see it?
Yeah, who really cares? I mean, why they? The media needs to just stop. Just stop. Just like people were saying the Eclipse is destroying everybody tomorrow. I mean, yesterday, they just need to stop, and let people do things. If you don't want to watch something, don't watch it. If you want to go see it, go see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most of the seems like the targeted backlash about this is because they recognize the name Tom Holland. Oh, Spider-Man. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, you got to keep in mind this boy pretty much started on the stage.
Exactly. Exactly.
British stage play actor in his early career. So yeah, it makes sense they got him. And I mean, this girl, they probably got her because she can sing.
Exactly.
But I would imagine she can.
Exactly.
Well, whatever, big deal. The world's not going to end.
No, it's not, Shane. People, man, sometimes. I don't know, bro. I don't know. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We got a few more things. 30 minutes past the hour. Your time and temperature is 59 degrees under kind of cloudy, rainy skies throughout the metro Atlanta area into Alabama. Your time and temperature brought to you by our friends at Active Pest Control. This go around 34 Jefferson Street in Noonan. Summer, winter, spring, fall. We don't care for those rodents, critters, and gooey things at all. All right, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back with Shane, we'll talk more movie and show reviews for you this morning. So thank you guys for being with us. Thank you for taking the poll question and so much more. Back momentarily. Woo, already. Sounds good. Remember, Shane, if we like it, we got to tell Hollywood we don't. so they don't close, shut it, so they don't shut production down on it. Those guys like it. We got to shut it down. I had a guy get in my feed this morning saying, all these movies, remakes. He was agreeing with us. I said, I tell you what. He said that early this morning when I first started the show. I said, let's just go write our own movies. I said, oh, wait a minute. They probably won't take them because we know what we're doing. He laughs. I said, they just, ugh. I hope they never, ever reboot Back to the Future because I'll be on picket line for that one, Shane. I might be the only one, but I'll be on the picket line with a sign saying, no, new Back to the Future. I mean, if they brought back...
Give them time. I know there was a rumor going around about a Back to the Future reboot with Tom Holland. Speaking of Tom Holland.
Okay, yeah.
It's just only a rumor, and I hope it was only
a rumor. Yeah. I mean, he does look like Michael J. Fox. Could be Michael. But here's the thing. I don't think you could ever make another Back to the Future. And even if you brought in, some of the original characters playing themselves, it just wouldn't make sense because we went to the future in part 2 and we're already past that year. So there'd be no way. How could they explain that we have no flying cars now unless they went to an alternate future?
Well, that's the only way they could do it. Since they did all that time jumping and altered things, it had to be an alternate future.
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be.
I don't know. Maybe I could possibly see a revitalization in the sense of, Tom Holland is Michael J. Fox's kid or something.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yes. I could see that.
The Godfather or something, and he's still tinkering around, but
yeah,
that creates another problem because Doc is off on that train somewhere.
Yes. Well, he's off on that train. He would have to come back, or maybe Michael J. Fox's character grew up, and instead of becoming the rock star and the businessman, he grew up and started getting into science. And maybe Marty is trying to create time travel so he can find Doc, and his son gets involved or something. That would make sense that they're trying to find Doc, and Marty's coming up with something to find Doc, and then his son is the one that, and it's still stealing from the people that Doc stole from. Marty steals for somebody different, and he gets shot.
They have alleged rumors in the works of kids, Jules and Ryan, were supposed to be going on escapades, but I think they scrapped that real quick.
Yeah, remember the cartoon?
Backlash.
Remember the cartoon? It didn't work out too well for the cartoon because people like Doc and Marty. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
I love the kids too. It was a great addition to the end, but them going time traveling, no.
Well, Christopher Lloyd could still do it. The question is Michael J. Fox. How much could he do?
He would just have to be like I said, he'd have to be the father trying to find something. He's been studying time travel forever himself, and he's trying to find Doc and, and everything. And his son accidentally goes back in time and finds Doc. And it would be Tom Holland's character could run around with Doc in the past where, like you say, Michael J. Fox wouldn't be able to do that. So the way to write him is he's the one that's trying to go back in time, but his son goes back in time instead.
Yeah, they have to do it like that. It have to be Fox would have to be in a limited capacity.
Yep. Yeah. But see, I could do that I could take a movie like that if it was rebooted the right way that way, but not if they reboot it and change all the characters. No. All right, we're coming back. Welcome back into the RyanORadio Penitentiary. About 36 minutes past the hour. This time, it's still 59 degrees under cloudy, rainy skies out there. Some rain, some in areas, and some not. This time brought to you by Southern States Bank, making banking easier in East Alabama and West Georgia. And making it easier for you, it is movie reviews. So shows and movies that you need to know with our expert, Shane B. Shane, let's get back to it. What are we going to talk about? You said you had some notes on some show or movie that we needed to check out, and you were going to get in details with us.
Well, people have been asking me about this one. There's a show on Netflix right now called Parasite the Grey.
Okay.
Everybody's asking, is that related to that Parasite movie? And it's like, no. Definitely is not. If you've seen the Parasite movie, instantly see the differences. No. This Parasite Grey is actually a spin-off and sequel to a manga series done by Hitachi Owaki. This is a manga that ran in circulation from like 1989 to 94. It has 2 live-action movies that were made in Japan back in 2014 and 15. And it's currently banned in China. Go figure. But this is a show about an alien invasion, kind of infection.
Okay.
These things just fall from the sky. It shows in the shows like they just fall from the sky, these little balls of parasites.
Ooh.
And they go and infect their host. So once a person is infected, they're just being controlled by the parasite.
Wow, that sounds so familiar.
Yeah, it's weird. They turn into these their heads turn into these weird monsters that's really accurate to the manga.
Okay.
So they did a good job with that. But there's only one connection. I forget the character's name, but there's like only one character from the original series that shows up in this show, thus creating the connecting factor. But the basic plot of it is the main lead, Yeon Soo-ni. Some people you never heard of. It's Korean.
Okay.
Korean. You know, they're on a big, how do you say, not rush push, but a lot of these Korean movies and shows are really taking off. But she gets pregnant guy, and one of the parasites is near her, and like the guy injures her sadly. So her parasite can't fully migrate with her.
Right.
So she's walking around like a half-breed. She's basically a blade. And her parasite can only control her body for 15 minutes a day.
Wow.
So she's kind of on and off, and her parasite only really takes over her body when she's in danger. So her parasite is kind of desperate now because it wants to survive. So instead of joining with the other infected that want to destroy humanity, hers instead wants to take them out because it's worried that if the others find out what she truly is, they'll try to kill her. So this parasite's fighting for its life for her.
Wow.
But she's just on and off with it. Well, for a Netflix show of this nature of what they're doing with the effects, it was not too bad.
Okay.
They did a good job. Shows really an exploration of, it's kind of some social commentary about how the world would be different if, half the population was gone, how the Earth could survive longer. So it's got that little angle to it.
Okay. Wow. Parasite. Ooh, wow. Sounds very interesting. Wow.
It's 6 episodes, about 42 minutes to an hour a piece.
Okay.
That's there on Netflix. I would say it's kind of worth a watch if you're into that kind of thing.
Okay.
Now, one show I'm excited about coming up here April 11th is we're getting this. I know this has been in the works for a while, but we are getting a live adaptation show of the video game series Fallout.
Okay.
This is going to be Amazon Prime, 8 episodes. I'm watching the trailers to it, and it looks like they're going to do some faithfulness to the game better than what we got out of Halo.
Okay. Okay.
Since this seems to be an ongoing trend now, people doing these live action adaptations of video games.
Heard about it. Yes.
Here comes Amazon throwing their hat in the ring. But this is as bad as this guy's record is. Geneva Robertson, who's a writer for Captain Marvel and the new Tomb Raider, both horrible movies.
In Hollywood, he really likes them, so don't remake them.
Well, but also co-creator Graham Wagner, though, he's a writer and producer on Silicon Valley and The Office, so there's some.
Okay, that is hope. I love The Office, yes.
We're going to get a lot of directing from Jonathan Nolan, who did the Westworld series. So I was like, okay, there's more hope there. But what we're getting is another female-led empowerment thing. And I guess they can get away with this because it's not. I can't find any characters from the games that are in this show, so they're kind of just doing their own thing.
Okay.
But Ella Purnell is supposed to follow her character Lucy. She's probably better known for Army of the Dead and Maleficent. She played young Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
That movie.
Okay.
And you're getting Walton Goggins. He probably better known for Justified. He was the sheriff in The Hateful Eight.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And he's the villain in Ant-Man and Wasp. It's like
Okay, yes.
It's like, oh yeah, that guy.
That guy.
But this all takes place in a future post-apocalyptic Los Angeles. There was a nuclear war. There's colonies of people that live underground in these vaults.
Okay.
in the hopes of one day reestablishing civilization on Earth.
Okay.
And the character Lucy, she ventures out into the world, into the wastelands, and it meets all these interesting characters up there, and they give her a bunch of crap because they find out she's one of the vault people. It's like, oh, you're not going to make it up here and all this, They got a lot of work to do with this show because there's essentially like 13 of these games. Okay. The first one came out in 97.
Wow, yeah, that's a long time ago.
It's a they can be real fun games to play, but you got to put some work into these games.
Sounds good. Hopefully.
But the trailer looks, I'm highly interested.
Yeah.
And of course, coming up this weekend, Civil War.
Civil War, yes. I'm preparing for it. I'm being a prepper.
Like I said before, I'm not hyped about this movie. I think it's gonna be scary.
It is.
I'm just waiting to see the media response.
Yeah, they're going to try to make it into something it's not, because I'm going to say something, Shane. There's a reviewer that already came out and said that they had less political content in there than anything. So I guess the guy was smart enough to say, I'm not going to put this in here. I'm just going to do a movie. So, yeah, I can't wait for them to start trying to say it's a prequel to reality. But I want to see it just because it's just a movie to me. So
I'm torn on expectation because this is Alex Garland's movie.
Right.
Who brought us Annihilation, which was a horrible movie.
Right.
But he also brought us Ex Machina.
Okay.
That is a wonderful movie. If it hasn't been seen, I cannot think of their names right now, but from Star Wars, it stars two of those guys. The guy that played General Hux these are from the new Disney movies. He played General Hux and the guy who played Poe. But the guy who played Poe, he's this big tech savvy genius CEO, and he puts on a competition for his employees to come, hang out at his house and see his latest creation. And that ends up being Hux. And then Hux gets out there and finds out the true nature of this guy. This guy creates a completely AI robot.
Oh, wow.
He wants him to test the robot to see how human-like it comes off to him, and it just gets crazier from there.
Oh man, that sounds interesting. Actually, I like that.
It's a nice movie because it's nice compact with the cast. There's only really 4 people in the movie.
Cool.
The girl playing the AI robot and another robot. It's pretty much just them.
Cool. I like that idea.
So well directed, so well, it just flows. So he did that, and he also got this screenplay for Dread. That's Alex Garland.
Okay.
So he's got some credits underneath his belt that I think he could pull this movie off.
Yep.
I'm interested to see what we'll get, but more interested in the media response.
Yeah, I know. You think is it coming out in theaters, or is it just coming out somewhere? If it's coming out in theaters, it's probably going to be #1 in the box office.
I believe it is going to be in theaters.
Woohoo!
There's no way they can't have this not be in theaters.
I know, right? Everybody's going to Civil War this week.
You got a great cast of stars.
Yes.
Like Offerman, Kirsten Dunst, who we haven't
Yes.
seen in a while. Just those 2 alone.
Yeah, it's a great cast, and from the previews, it sounds like it's interesting. And for anybody, I mean, I don't know how the media can spin it, because you and me and like everybody in this world, even people who live in Texas and California, would never believe they would team up. So we already know it's a fake movie.
It says right here, experience it in IMAX. So yeah.
All right. It's going to be the #1 movie next Monday. So we know Kong's going to get, it's going to knock Kong out of the #1 spot. Monkey Man might need #2.
I think damn near everybody's been suits.
I do too, man. I do too. I think everybody is. I think that's going to be a weekend that they're going to go see it. And I think it's going to stay at #1 for a couple of weekends myself, because everybody don't get to see it. This weekend's going to see it. Next weekend, this movie's probably going to stay at #1 for a couple of weekends. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 weekends in a row, I would say, just because everybody wants to see it. So anticipate.
It's not going to be a long one either. It's going to go like 1 hour and 50 minutes. So
that's not bad. No. That's not a bad. That's
nice run time.
Exactly. Wow. Well, Shane, as always, tell us how we can follow you. I know you're getting ready to do some. You guys are working on the background to get everything ready. Tell them how we can follow you, all that good stuff and everything.
We're 2210 on YouTube. About to do a test video to retest my equipment and stuff to see if I can get things flowing again.
Yes.
Well, this test video is going to be an unboxing video.
Okay.
Because I got a package the other day and I have no idea what it is. I didn't order anything. It's from Amazon. Hopefully it's something good. So I figured I'd open it, do a video.
There you go. I like to see that. Sounds good, Shane. Well, you guys follow him, everything for sure. Guys, we're going to take a break, come back and close out the show right after this break. Yeah, everybody's talking about they want to go see it in the feed. So. Well, Shane, it's good as always.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep. I'm running off of 2.5, maybe 3 hours right now.
Wow, brother.
I don't know why I stayed up so late last night.
You know how it is. Sometimes you just do. All right, bro. I got Jim Gossett coming on the show Friday. He's got an event in Roswell on April 20th, man. So I'm going to hopefully get some tickets to give away. Let me know if you want to go. I'll give him your name.
Oh, I probably wouldn't make it anyway.
No problem. All right, brother. Well, we'll talk soon, man. We'll see you next Tuesday. Get some sleep, brother.
I'll let you later.
All right, man.
678-829-SHOW.
Thank you, Shane. Yes, for sure. Awesome interviews. Awesome reviews today, Shane. Thank you for all you do so we can avoid watching horrible movies. Remember, guys, if they're horrible movies, we have to get on our Facebook and say they're good so that Hollywood don't make them again. Don't make a part 2 to them. And if they're good, we go, I don't want to see that crappy movie. And then they'll keep making sequels. We've learned.
Our services are no cost, and all of our information is available on our website at www.comfortableforge.org. Follow us on Facebook.
Fishbone Fried Chicken is back in a brand new location, 31 Jackson Street, Suite A here in Newton. Same great taste, the best chicken.
I got to get the local movie theater to do something. I'm all by myself out here.
It's Fishbone Fried Chicken.
It's coming. I wish I could get tickets to give away to Civil War. I just don't have time when you're doing all kind of things all day. Why do you think I got a thing on my page saying looking for help? Hey, if I had 5 people working at the station, then we'd have all this stuff. That's the go. Get me 5 people in here. 4 other than me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Coming up at the top of the hour, it is last hour broadcast with the one, the only, our good friend, Deborah Harris, sponsored by Noonan City Church. We'll follow that up with Connecting Hearts radio show with Margie Conway. And the best sports lineup in the business begins at noon today, 12 to 2. It's the Rod Peterson Show. 2 to 3, it's the Sports Beat with Richard Holdridge. And 3 to 5, Braves Country Radio live. That's right, all day. And then the best sports lineup for the business runs from 6 to midnight on the station. So get ready for all that. Don't buy everybody. Everybody's not going to be buying right now. We're not leaving yet. It's not time to go, gal. Are you guys excited about the Civil War movie is the poll question. 38% of you say yes, 27% say no, 35% say I don't know. So there you go. I'm expecting it to be good. I think it's going to be a couple of weekends in a row. It's going to be at number 1. Because we got sports this weekend and stuff next weekend. People are just doing all kind of things. So they're not going to get out to the movies. So this movie is going to get to be number 1. I know this weekend, maybe 2 weekends in a row. Everybody's going to want to see the Civil War movie. Yep, I knew that's coming. People are going to be in there taking notes. All right. When I come upon the enemy, I don't ask a stupid question like what kind of American you are. I just shoot them. People are going to be taking notes. Oh, Lord. Well, Friday was Kurt Cobain's death day, 30-year anniversary of the suicide rate guitar player, singer of Nirvana. The frontman guitar player was found dead in his home on Friday's date, 30 years prior than that, in 1994, April 5th, 1994. And his daughter, Frances Bean, who is older than him at this time, celebrated her father's life and legacy. Sad, sad, sad. I remember that day clearly when Kurt Cobain passed away. I was like, oh, no. Kids nowadays are listening to Nirvana like the way a lot of people listen to the Beatles or some of the artists from the 60s and 70s and 80s, 60s that passed away that people didn't get to experience. And I got to experience him while he was here and the group while they were here. And then Foo Fighters for several years before Taylor Hawkins dies. I mean, it's just wow. Wow. All right, we survived the Eclipse of 2024. And if you were not taken yesterday, then you must be a sinner. Because so many people were talking about being taken and things were going to happen yesterday. Told you nothing was going to happen. Guys, please stop listening to clickbait, conspiracy, fake. All right, clickbait, false conspiracy theorists on the edge of fringe of society that are lying to you by using the Bible and don't even know how to read the Bible. Just because a grandpa was a preacher don't mean they're a preacher. Okay? Just because they're sitting there going, well, you know, my grandpa didn't believe in lizard people, but lizard people are real. My grandpa didn't believe in these demons, but demons are not demons. They're alien lizard people. Those people don't know what they're talking about. They're the same ones that told you to look at the sun and blind yourself. I wonder how many people blind themselves yesterday. That's why God allowed some of the areas to be cloudy, because he's like, these people are going to not wear their glasses. I was like, okay, I tell you what, it's going to be cloudy here. They think that something's coming to happen. Everybody's going to fly up to the heavens. You have a great day and a safe one too. So I was right and they were wrong. Tell me when I'm telling lies. How we like that, Ryan? All right, we're going to take a break. Get out of here. You've been listening to RyanORadio Penitentiary. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here. Have a great day. See you guys on the flip side. Or see you tomorrow morning on Weird Wednesday with our great guest, Sally Toole. All right, guys, we appreciate you being with us. Thank you for tuning in the poll question. We'll see you tomorrow. Who didn't kill himself? Who was murdered? Oh, Kurt Cobain, yeah. Oh, I believe that too. Believe me, I think it was his wife and people got involved and everything, but I can't prove it. But I do believe he was murdered. He was at the top of his career. Nirvana was about to release their biggest album. They did that last two shows on MTV was the biggest viewing audience for MTV at that time when Nirvana did their Unplugged. And then they did their live concert, Live and Loud. Yeah, I agree 110%. You guys have a great day.